Here we go. We're recording. Yay!
Sean,
What?
I want you to look at this comic real quick.
Lily, I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry, yeah. Let me look at this comic and then I'll shove it in Lily's face.
What?
It's just tilting in a weird way. Okay, I'm also looking at this. God damn it, keep going. Oh my god. March 14th. Oh, 2021.
Wordplay.
Oh.
I think.
Oh. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. That's dumb. All right, here I'm gonna, Lily. Okay, me and Jake have a question about your drawings.
Yeah.
Oh, for avid listeners out there, and to recap myself for when I'm listening to this in the future, as I do, me and Jake, especially myself, have been going through old drawings of Lily's in order to collage them, or at least document the historic gradual change from her youth of style, like her style when she was young, to her current style. And it's beautiful. Everything that I've seen is beautiful. It's great. Look, Lily.
All artists.
It's kind of like watching a butterfly in its ugly stages, like coming out of the cocoon, whatever thing they come out of, right?
Did you know that they retain memories from their
Oh yeah, neurological cells, I bet, stay. There's no way that shit changes.
but apparently they turn into goo.
Yeah, they turn into a goo. Like, they literally break down into, like, this mush.
I know.
So if you ever crack one of those open, you just slurp up the juice, and you're like, butterfly memories.
Jesus.
More like caterpillar. That's very morbid and yeah, and gross.
But anyways,
yeah. So I'm going through it. Her metamorphosis, her gooey stage of life, as the beautiful butterfly she is today, and me and Jake, as we were going through them, separating them in piles, because of how similar some of them were, especially the characters. Me and Jake had a theory over why you drew these characters over and over again, and they're not related to anything else. At least from what they're not related to anything in my memory to what you were watching or doing. Like, they're names that I don't know where you got them from and everything. So, but mine and Jake's theory kind of connected the pieces that, like, think we found the missing puzzle pieces to fit in this puzzle of life for Lily. We think it comes from when you were your memories of church.
What?
Like at the time you drew like what you like, because all the boys had the same haircut or hairstyle.
There was a short period after which we moved into
the apartment, yeah.
After
and that's when you really started kicking off drawing, Lily.
yeah,
Honestly,
because that's where
a lot more free time was given to you, rather than people dictating what you did in your life.
yeah.
Like, we're going to church now, and you were like, okay, we're gonna go buy you a dress now.
Place. We're gonna go to this other friend's house.
Okay. You know, like, none of that shit. You just were, like, finally given a lot more choice and freedom to do with your time, right?
So,
we're gonna pray now. Okay. Like, and it's like, none of that shit anymore.
so it was like, all right, now it's a new ritual.
Yeah.
Drawing,
exactly. And that's where,
So
but because of that time, like, this is part of the big head era, which we all coined together, like, and shit, of the earliest stages of Lily's drawings, when she draw the heads massive, and at least compared to the bodies. Not always massive, just like sometimes massive to the body, whatever she drew. But anyways, so all the boys had the same haircut. All the girls had the same haircut, all that stuff. But the outfits would always change, and sometimes the names would change, but the haircuts for and style for all of them were exactly the same. And all of them were very formal looking outfits, like things that had Oh, okay. Things that had like collars or like the what are they called? Like things at the end of the sleeve, the tufts, like the everything you drew in that era has that stuff. So me and Jacob speculated like, you know what? It makes me think of like if you went to church and you saw the same people all the time, or maybe you saw them all dressed the same, or sometimes dressed differently, but like very subtle things like you and stuff in your memory, like what you drew. This is just how you thought people dress, or like it looked good, so you thought like, oh, I should draw that as a thing. You just drew what you knew, right? You so that's our theory is like these things aren't people from church, but memories of people. Like they're not actual characters that you knew at church. Like none of the names maybe are people you knew at church. It's just like you heard something like that, and you're like, you sounded out, and then you spelt it this like very interesting way or whatever, right? And you just made those up from your memory of those people rather than it being those people. There's like, I don't really think of, I don't think I've seen you write the name Ariana or whatever in there, right? I don't remember you writing that name. But I would think that would be one name somewhat you would know from church. I don't know. But that's our theory. Lily, can you confirm or not confirm this theory?
I don't even remember this.
Okay, well that's fine. Like if you don't have a yes or no, it's like but does it sound possible? Like don't you think that sounds very like, ooh, that could be it?
Yeah.
Do you have any memory from like when you were just starting to get out of the routine of church and stuff?
No.
No. What's some of your earliest memories and stuff when it
Okay,
comes
my
to
bad. I didn't mean to leave Evie in the fucking.
crate?
Yeah.
What happened? Why is she in the crate? Why was she in the crate in the first
Okay,
place?
so a couple of times I was going to the house. Evie was like down the hall. And I was like, the fuck? But the very, very first time I went in, she was like near your door. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's been in there a few times. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with them to get my food. But you and Lily should talk. Jake, switch seats. That way.
Yeah, well.
That way you and Lily shove that in your face. You're quiet as fuck.
But Mom, you have to go too.
Because I have an order.
She has an order.
What happened? It just knocked into.
Okay, I know, but I thought he just kicked it. That's all.
I think I slightly bumped it, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have this.
Wait, he's coming. Right?
Yeah, I just am trying to get this so.
All right, people are gonna hear me munching, so
Yeah. Well, they heard you do bong rips last time, so.
I'm gonna munch.
Also, it can be more like this because I have it set like this is the face of the mic. You see, so it could be like right over here. But there you go. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Where's my jacket? Because that has my wallet. Whatever. I'll look for it. You guys talk.
So what's up?
What?
I said, what is up?
I don't know. It's right now. It's the ceiling.
Very true. So wait, did Sean explained why we thought about?
Yeah, and I said like I can't really remember. Like
Well, through your drawing, through that medium, it doesn't always have to be like retain. You don't always have to like remember of it of why you drew it or whatnot. Or I don't know, or the inspiration sometimes.
Yeah.
I just know, I know that it could have been like, you were seeing these people all the time, and so you're like, oh, these are kind of easy designs, or not like that, but like when you were wanting to create your own characters, they were easily to retain to draw. I, he probably said the same thing.
Yeah, and I like want to look at some of what is here.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember one time I was saying to mom like my old drawings are terrible. She's like, no, they're not, and I showed her one, and she was like, oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, maybe that one. A lot of artists say that about their stuff. Sometimes you have to walk away from it. These are cold. The potato soft taco, at least. What do you think of your old drawings?
They look weird and terrible. I just think and I thought before like I gave him these, I told him how I wanted to throw all my old stuff away.
I know. I felt like that way about a lot of my artwork too, but Sarah's like, no, I want to keep it. And it's like, oh, fine. And sometimes I find some really good gems in there, and I would like to improve upon them. I don't know.
And there's a lot of more old stuff in my closet and in my drawer, and I feel like I should do something with those too, cause like I'm starting to think now the reason why my room might be messy is because I own so much stuff that I don't know where to put it in my bedroom.
Could be that. So you're thinking of getting rid of a bunch of stuff?
Maybe well, and also the ones in my closet and drawers, they're not. I don't think they're as bad as any of these, actually.
Yeah. There it is. Okay. Sorry. I'm guessing those are some school stuff, huh?
Yeah, like one time at speech, she had me take a personality test, and I turned out to be a mediator.
Yeah. I gotta switch a taco out real quick. I took the wrong one. these suck. Sorry. 'Cause I'm so glad I didn't tip extra. So wait, what? So you turned out to be a mediator?
Yeah, and it says that they're true idealist, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make things better. While they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine, comprising just 4% of the population. The risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type. But when they find like minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration.
It's really cool.
And it says here other mediators are William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, and Johnny Depp.
Tried seeing the light in amber, but sorry. I'll try to drop it. But that was a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
And one time when I remember first showing this to mom and dad, and I thought dad said something like, "How can she like um uh be this when she causes problems?"
I
And
think that's where the misunderstanding comes into play.
yeah, maybe
Cause I don't know.
and it even says the strengths and weaknesses here.
Yeah. What are they?
Like first strength is idealistic. Mediators, friends, and loved ones will come to admire and depend on them for their optimism, their unshaken belief that all people are internally good, perhaps simply misunderstood, lends itself to an incredibly resilient attitude in the face of hardship.
A lot of pages there, huh?
Yeah.
I usually try to get the core stuff, you know? Whenever I'm doing my research for, like, type of things I want to do. Like the magic systems I'm searching up. Like, there's a lot of detail that, like, the articles or the other person puts, and I'm like, that feels filler. I'll just write what I feel like I need. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that thought.
And some of these weaknesses seem so true. Like it says, one of them, they take things personally. Mediators often take challenges and criticisms personally rather than as inspiration to resist their positions, avoiding conflict as much as possible. Mediators will put a great deal of time and energy into trying to align their principles and the criticisms into a middle ground that satisfies everybody.
Oh, it's hard to do. The only way that you can please everybody is if everybody was open-minded. Or at least had, like, a little leeway to their beliefs instead of, like, hardening their core on it. You know what I mean? Like, one person says, I have a god, and it's like, well, I have many gods. And it's like, okay, good for you. It should just be that. Is that just me?
I don't know.
Well, that's, when everybody wants to come to a middle ground, someone has, when I think of, like, mediators, it's like someone has to, like, mediate between two people who are hardening as, or trying to one-up each other, I feel. It's like, I have one god. It's like, well, I have two. It's like, no, there can only be one. And it's like, guys, what if there are many gods? That's what the mediator wants to say. And it's like, you can have your gods, and you can have your god. That's my mediator. That's how I think of that thought. I don't know. That's just an extreme example, I want to say.
Yeah.
Or be like, we should focus on cookies. No, we should focus on brownies. And it's like, no, guys, we're getting everything. Brownie cookies. That's the mediator right there.
Yeah.
Or brownies and cookies. Why not both? Or mix them. Like we do now. I sure can't be happy that someone's eating raw cookie dough, but that doesn't mean I can stop them. You know?
Yeah.
I may be dissatisfied with their choice of eating cookie dough, but I can't stop them. That's my thought. I don't know. What's your thought on those? Do you agree? Disagree?
I don't know.
How do you handle the situation of the brownie versus cookies?
Well, I think they should just get both.
Or we should just invent brokies. They're brownie cookies.
How would that be physically possible?
Well, you would make, I don't know, you would just mix the cookie dough and the other batter together and bake them. Or shove cookies in brownie dough. Or the other way around. Shove brownie in cookie dough. See, it can work.
And earlier, I think Sean was saying something like, originally these things weren't supposed to uh, relate to everybody, like how zodiac signs are supposed to, or something like that. And he wanted to further that conversation, but like I think wanted everyone here for that.
Yeah. This does me. I don't know. I don't think you should base your soul personality on either this or a zodiac test.
Yeah, but like it says here that a lot of well first thing is that a lot of people just think that your sun sign is supposed to say everything about you, but that's not true. You also like have a rising and a moon sign, and it says here your rising sign uh how it's supposed to tell you like how you appear to others, how you how you approach your daily task and your habits, your appearance and style,
Yeah.
your sun sign, your joy, your unique gifts and talents, your highest self, and your individuality, your moon sign, your subconscious slash programmed self, your emotional needs, your reactions to experiences.
Hello, guys. What conversation am I interrupting?
Talking about personality and stuff like that.
Oh, because Lily's got that stupid shit in front of her.
Yeah. Here, let's.
Nah, it's okay. No, I'll be in the background. I'll be behind you, Jake. You and Lily. I mostly want you and Lily caught on the recording.
Why?
Because I'm a loud motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
I'm a loud guy. And also, oh, Lily. Here's your. Yeah, get over here. We're all making a journey today.
And there's something else I want to go get.
A soda?
Yes.
Go grab it quick! Quick!
Don't tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what to do. You'll shut up and talk. That's okay.
When you listen back to the recording, you'll hear us talking about the
Personality thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I bet. Okay.
well, she
Yeah, the one that she got and printed out or whatever, right?
yeah, and it says that she's a mediator.
Yeah. Which
And
I
I
do
was
not
like-
believe.
I was like, Lily,
You know
how
what?
would you deal with brownies versus cookies?
Well, I don't think they mean it in that mediator sense. Oh, here's your pizza, Gramps.
Then what do they mean?
I was making sure I handed Lily the right one.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, brownies versus cookies. How would you deal with that?
Oh, yeah. She
Because that's
said,
how I
don't
think of-
know. Yeah, mediator, in my opinion, means like they are the in between of something.
Well, yeah, I was.
Like that definition sticks out in my mind more than a creative type.
Well, then
Oh my God, they cut it. It's Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Look.
Oh my God, it's cut all the way. It's not the same pizza.
Yeah, I know, right? No,
Fucking.
don't mention that because Lily's gonna bring up the Shane Dawson shit.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want that.
But okay, you're gonna listen back, and I'm gonna be like probably rapid firing about the brownie versus cookies, and I'm like brokies. That's how we deal with those people. And I'm like, no, but seriously, how would you deal with it? And I actually tried to give her a minute, and then she was like, at first, I don't know. I say they should just get both. I'm like, there we go. Or we could just shove brownie.
Where the fuck is Lily?
She was grabbing a soda, I thought.
the cat's trapped her, I bet you. And
Oh my
Grandpa's
God.
not helping her.
No, and Mom's not helping either.
Lily, storm past the cats. Let's go. What happened?
Nothing.
Why were you taking so long?
Well, I wanted Mom. Ask Mom to open.
Here.
Finally. I can drink all my sodas in peace.
Wait, get Mom. I need her to do something.
No, shut up. No, I'm kidding. Talk. Okay. Okay. So, we've had interesting weeks go by.
I don't know where to face.
What? It's okay. Just face Lily.
That's
or
weird.
I could bring the couch up and me and you could face Lily.
Yeah.
Or what?
Why? Why does it look like this?
Because it's personal.
No, like I
Oh,
mean,
I said original crust for them. I don't know.
Is it pan? Is it a pan?
I'm sorry, Lily.
it's okay. Like
If
just-
Mom wasn't being a weirdo and interrupting me and stuff, the guy could have gotten it very clear, right? I'm so sorry that if it's not original crust. Jesus. I'm
There
sorry.
was a lot of miscommunication. I think.
You should have been here, Jake. I'm talking on the phone. I have it on speaker. So I'm trying to because I don't like holding up to my fucking face.
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I don't.
Also, I like it when I do have witnesses. Other people to hear what the person said, and I don't get screwed. Like I don't miss something. So if I miss something, then someone else catches it, right? And everything. Lily's giving the funniest faces right now.
I'm sorry that you're disappointed with your pizza.
Lily.
shut up.
I hate.
I don't know. Like Jake said, miscommunication all around.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you guys were talking though about something.
Yeah.
Jake, finish your thought. Whatever.
Well, I was just thinking about how Sarah. I hated when me and Sarah first got together, and when me and you would mildly tease Lily, and then Sarah would be like, "Oh, stop that," and stuff, and it's like, "Oh, no,
Yeah,
you should
no.
you should hear other things or other people say this is mild."
Yeah. It'd be such
Like-
nothing that I feel like would be warranted. I feel like she should have joined in on the joke, and it would have been.
Well, I totally understand if 3 people were teasing one person. That feels much. I totally understand that. But whenever or I don't know, just weird things like pulling the soda out of reach or something like that, or something stupid.
Yeah, something stupid like that. It's well, first off, she also didn't know how much Lily was addicted even from the start, with Dr. Pepper and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's an addiction that lasts to this day.
What? I wasn't ever addicted.
You are addicted. You are addicted, period.
You sneak them. Try to.
Try and sneak some
You-
home and shit. It's
Not so slickly.
yeah, not so confidently either.
Once I asked Mom and Dad if I should try tea or coffee because they have caffeine in it. And they were like, "Coffee? No. You don't need that. And also, it's gross."
That's their opinion. Have you even tried tea?
I think I have tried tea.
I mean,
Yeah, tea is pretty good. I like tea.
Like,
But
remember
tea
at
with
the mall?
caffeine is weird.
remember at the mall, like we would.
Oh, the Tivana.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty good. I think Mom.
Wait, so all tea doesn't have caffeine, or
No, not all
No,
tea.
yeah, not all tea has caffeine. There's a lot of teas that do have caffeine, but there are also plenty and more. Actually, like probably 10 times more teas that don't have caffeine.
And that are more for relaxing, and stuff like that.
Ritualistic. I mean, technically, these are ritualistic. I use them whenever I am relaxing. It's like, there you go.
well, I was just asking them because to maybe have something else to fulfill the
Well,
caffeine addiction.
Well, I would say yes. You should have something else.
Yeah, get some variety.
Yeah. But I wouldn't take you for a tea person, but if that's what you like, that's what you like.
What about coffee?
Give it a try. You never tried coffee, I can tell you that.
Dylan loves it, apparently.
Yeah, he loves it.
Whenever
I think it's because it gives him, like, some sort of taste or texture that, like, he really messes with his tongue. Kind of the same with spicy, like I see. Like, with spicy, he goes, like, you know, like, because when you hold your tongue differently in your mouth, you have different sensations when you're having something spicy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
But don't knock it until you try it. That's
I remember when
It's always
me and
good
Jake were
phrase.
sick once. Matt, when we were with him, he gave us tea to have. And I remember I had such a hard time drinking it.
just because of the sickness, or what?
I think it was a combination of both, because I definitely felt like most of the time I was going to throw up when I didn't. I didn't throw up in that sickness, I remember. But I also remember just how different tea was of a taste. Like, it was something new. And it was weird how he made it for us. Like, he just did one of the tea bag things, and I don't remember what flavor or whatever he did.
Did you not add any?
He didn't add anything.
Oh, okay.
And I remember you drank it fine. You drank it like, you didn't have it most of the day, and then when it got cold, you drank it like just like that, dude. You like chugged that thing.
Must have had no taste.
No, it had flavor. I remember.
Well, I mean, I probably had no taste if I was.
Oh
able
yeah,
to-
you just garfing down whatever. I think.
Yeah. If I was able to just garf it down, I just think.
I think you did the method of holding your breath and not really tasting anything. You just ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between experiencing a meal and it's kind of the same with a movie. Like, you can have any movie on during any time of the day in the background and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And technically, then you could say you watched it, but you didn't really watch it. You didn't experience it, right?
Yeah.
That's why, you know me, like, when it comes to something of a director or some sort of film franchise I respect, I get everything prepared. Like, Jacob knows me. Like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking get the snacks ready. I'll make sure I don't have to move for the next hour. And shit, it's great.
Yeah.
You and Lily, on the other hand, will pause anything at any time, like, to do whatever. And I think, man, that breaks the flow so bad. Like,
Well, the only reason why I have that habit is because mom's interruptions from,
oh yeah, from our youth.
and then also just now, it's just expected because since I'm like right there, I can hear grandma right outside my window. So get up.
I don't know if you noticed, but I slightly ignore on purpose because I'm waiting for a moment that I know is appropriate. Pause. Because I hate, or sometimes when I am interrupted hard enough, like just a hard stop, like having to do it, I rewind because I want to respect. That's the thing. Like, that's how I want my stuff to be respected. Is like, I don't mind however you watch your stuff, like casually or whatever at home. But anything I create, that is something like if like you have me over and we start watching it, that's what I want. Is like you to have like a table of snacks ready, a seat that is gonna have the figure of my butt enough to mold, like create a mold out of it. You know, for the next like hour to watching shit. Like, that's what I like. That's what I want. If I could spend more than one movie runtime at a movie theater without having to pay, like, you know, for every fucking seat I take up, I'd probably be there all day. Like, honestly, if I worked at a movie theater, I would feel so frustrated not being able to watch. Just go in there and watch the shit.
I know.
I don't know. I guess that's why, like, I know not to work at one, because it's like, oh man, working at one, how many movies a day do you see? And it's like, well, I see the credits of a lot of them because I clean up. It's like, you know, it's like I see them in reverse all the time as they rewind it as I'm cleaning. but yeah, you don't get to like go in the theater and just sit there and watch it the same as the people.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. She's trying. She was like doing that sound, like she was gonna go at my legs.
Yeah.
Hey mom, look what kind of pizza I got.
That place was.
Well, someone said it was your.
No, okay, you know what? For me, a little bit, I have to say, when I said no, don't do that, because I have change coming anyways. He didn't hear that or something, I guess, because I would think if he did, he would have clicked in like right away, going, oh yeah. But he proceeded to make your change and give it to you and shut his drawer, and then I'm like, where's my change? And so that's what was confusing to me, because I thought he heard me saying to you, don't do that, because I already have change. I gave him enough.
And I'm just kidding.
I think I did, I guess. And if he put it in the 20s, I think it was an accident, but I also think they should have someone more on top of money, like better than that.
Okay, look.
You know what I was waiting for him to say to me is, are you sure? Because I don't see a 50 in here. And then I would have really flipped out, actually. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. That's why I was getting a little intense, I guess.
Well, it sounds like he went in, and since he may have seen it in the 20 spot, which it looked like he did, because what he did was he did that, like, he messed around in that part, then lifted it to put where the 50 belongs, right? And then he gathered your change.
Okay, it was just a little strange.
So he must have seen. There's no. I think he just genuinely put it in the wrong place. And
thought it was the wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, but it just threw me off for a loop too, because all he had to do was actually, after he made your change,
another thing that probably was $30. Okay, another thing that was probably distracting him was the card reader thing. Cause he was asking us multiple times, and like remember.
I didn't know that.
Remember?
Yeah, I guess he asked us. I thought he asked us once, and I did.
No, he said it like I think 3 times.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Me and you were talking.
And I was holding. That's when I was also holding up out the bin. I said, "Can you take that?" I was all, "Is that okay?" Like, because it was a 50, and I thought just in case he would say, "Oh, I can't make change" or something. Like, what if he did? That'd be lame.
How would you not be able to make change at a like? On average,
I know.
On average, it's $20 you spend there. So
that's true.
There's no way he doesn't have change for a 50. But or like
True.
Yeah, but okay, I can understand why you're a little speculative because of it happening in the first place. But the execution of his accepting his rebuttal, and the actions he took from what I saw on my side.
Okay, I understand now.
Like him flipping it up, and then lifting the drawer and doing all that. Like
when I saw him doing that, I was thinking to myself.
Once you did say it was a 50, I was watching his hands, and that's what I saw.
Okay, well, and I was watching what he was doing too, and I was thinking to myself, if he even comes back at me with, I didn't see him find the 50 though or anything. I just saw him lift the drawer and looking. I thought, and I thought to myself, if I hear him say the words, "Are you sure?" Because I don't have a 50 in here, I would have. That's what I was almost expecting.
I remember him.
But I did not, because I did not see him.
He didn't lift the drawer the first time you handed it to him.
Okay, I didn't know that either. All I knew is after I told him I was a 50, I did see him open the drawer and lift it, but I didn't see that he had already retrieved the 50 out of the 20s. I didn't see that part. I only saw him lift it and looking, kind of thing, right? And then he wanted to redo the change with you because I guess he found it, and I didn't know that.
No. I re-handed my change first. Then he looked, and as he went, I think he saw it was that, and what he did was make sure he put it under. And also, when he first put it down, it didn't go down enough, so he lifted it again. Okay. And didn't look. He was like, "Oh, why isn't it going down?"
From my point of view, I thought it looked like he lifted and kind of looked.
The corner stayed up after the first time he lifted
I just
it.
never saw that he found anything in the 20s is all. And so then
Well,
I
the
was thinking
20's
to
on
myself,
this side, right? It's on the
you're
right
right,
side.
You're right. And
I saw him take it out of the fucking 20.
And I believe you, and I think that it was an honest mistake. But for some reason in my mind, when I'm looking at him, looking
And
at
also
the drawer,
the corner
I'm
when he
thinking to
lifted
myself, if he tells me
I
he
think the
doesn't
part-
have 50, I will flip out.
Okay, the part where you're like, oh, he lifted it and like looked. No, he
I was
lifted it.
adjusting the drawer.
Yeah, he was adjusting the drawer because it stayed up on the right side.
And I guess I missed him even saying sorry, or even I would
yeah,
have been
he was like, oh.
see, I'm still
Because
like on top of wanting to get things right.
The
I guess
part where
too.
I heard him say sorry, was after I handed my change. So he must have seen it as he gave my change back
Okay.
or my 5 back. So he must have seen it and then was like, oh, sorry, okay. And then just like immediately adjusted.
Okay.
And then he couldn't do the mental math real quick to.
I couldn't do it either, actually, from the 50 because I knew that if he had kept it with you having the change, and it
You're
couldn't,
right,
he
but
couldn't
you
just
wanted
give
to
me
adjust
30.
everything and reset and
True.
all that, and it looks like it also gave him a chance to see if he did do a 20 or not in his eyes.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
So, like, I think he
Because
just.
that's another thing I was gonna say is Grandma was saying when I was telling her the story, she was like, yeah, that's an easy way for someone to also hide the fact that they did that in the first place by putting it in the one slot and making it look like an innocent mistake. And she's even more skeptical than me, right? And I'm like, that's true. I was like, that's true.
Okay, well, overall, I think it was a genuine mistake.
I guess for myself, I would have explained to the person like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you did," but I thought it was a 20, and I put it in the 20s.
Well, maybe he's just not a talk. It looked
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You know what? Everyone's on a slog today because of the hour adjustment.
Raining also brings you down.
Yeah,
Slows
raining
you
can bring you down. So, Mom, here's all the elements. He's young. He's probably new. He
Can't do math.
he's in a slog just like the rest of us because it's raining and everyone
Pouring
changed
and
everyone
everyone's
changed
snoring.
everyone changed their clocks by an hour.
Yes, but we voted not to do that anymore. So what's going on?
I don't know. Like, how could we change? It's more of a scientific thing now, I believe.
What does that mean? Oh, all the satellites have to be like redone for our phones not to automatically do it, right? Yeah.
They probably just have an automatic like formula to do that. Like,
Yeah, I guess. So they have to reprogram it, right?
no,
like
they
something
don't.
to say.
They have a formula that does that
Don't.
automatically, so there's no more reprogramming anything.
That's what I mean. They just gotta not
I looked
do.
down at my
It's
phone for
very
a second,
automatic
looked
for
back up,
us.
and I missed a part of the conversation, it seems.
Okay,
The time
part
change.
the part that he's missing is that we went in. Mom handed a $50 for paying for a $25 thing, and then what?
$20 thing.
Sorry, $20 thing.
I'm
And
gonna
then
count my change again and make sure it's right.
That's not the part that I missed.
What would have been sweet is if he handed me back the 50 and the change.
would have been great.
I would have been like, dude.
Roll it into the drawer already.
I would have been like, dude,
Okay, Jake,
I
fine.
can't take advantage of
Okay,
you.
so
Where's
I heard
the gap for you?
Okay, I heard you guys talking about that stuff, and then I looked down at my phone, and then I looked back up, and then I hear about something about calculations. And
Oh, formula.
Yeah,
Okay, the
and I'm
formula
like,
to the
where-
satellite. Because Mom is like, oh, the satellites, don't we have to reprogram those? And I'm like,
No,
no, it's probably
because
just a
the time
formula that
change.
automatically does
We
that.
voted not to have the time change anymore, right? We don't want to spring forward, fall back anymore, right?
But
We
I was
want to do all
saying,
that.
but I was saying
Bullshit.
it's probably more of a scientific thing that does help
What's
us.
No, it's actually been said that it doesn't help us. It's not good for us because we lose an hour of sleep. And we have to readjust our things, and it's.
What do you mean? If someone went naturally by the sunlight hitting their face, it would be the same. That's the whole point.
Well, if they did, but we don't do that because we have alarm clocks and blackout curtains and all that shit. So we don't have to have the sun in our eyes. And...
Okay, fine. I guess if your job works for that, but like, a lot of businesses follow.
Your job is out in nature. The sun hits you in the face and slaps you awake.
What do you mean? I'm not sleeping out in the yard.
That's what I mean. You gotta
So
have
what
an
do you
alarm
mean?
clock
Why? Like, yes, I got an alarm clock.
on your
but
phone, which is automatically changed
You ever
because
hear
the
about those
time
people
change
who-
happens automatically on our phones, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to do anything on your phone.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, whatever. Look, it was.
So the phone
you know, the
companies
whole
probably have
reason-
to change their shit to
you know, the
stop
whole-
it from automatically happening.
You know, the whole reason for like the daylight saving thing is because farmers already went based off the sun, so they would have to physically adjust their body for waking up and going to sleep at this bullshit anyways. right?
I think
So-
that would happen gradually, though, because it's
But-
part of nature,
okay,
right?
fine,
It happens
then-
gradually, not just bam, an hour's difference.
You're right. You're
Okay,
right.
daylight saving time in the U.S. started as an energy conservatric conversation. I don't know. Trick during World War I became a national standard in the 1960s. The idea is that in the summer months we shift the number of daylight hours we get into the evening, hence saving daylight hours for most productive time of the day.
It's just a made-up thing, actually, they just said.
Fine. That's fine.
To save on our electricity.
To save our electricity. Wait, what do you mean?
Because we have more daylight hours during the most productive time of the day. The hours of the day. Because we change it the time to go with the sun. So I know, you're right
Okay.
too. You're right too, but it
So-
happens naturally though, a little at a time.
On
It doesn't
Wiki,
happen in one
it's
day,
the
just
practice
bam, an
of
hour.
advancing
The
clocks
sun
during warm months.
changes by an hour.
Fine. But here's the thing. I swear, if we kept our
And
clocks...
some days are like this, we don't even notice the sun.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Look.
Where is the sun?
Now, here's the question. Does daylight savings happen in other parts of the world?
Some states do not, even some states do not do that. Arizona? Do they-
Yeah.
It just says it started as an American thing.
No,
Okay.
but some
and that-
states have voted it out and
There's
eliminated
formerly
it.
used. Gray is formerly used daylight saving and never used daylight saving. Okay, formerly used. Yeah, I see within the states some gray parts, but in there's a lot of blue highlighting that actually do use it. So
So wait, so they use it in Arizona?
no.
Okay, sorry. I
Okay,
mean,
in the United States, majority of the U.S. and Canada and European countries use daylight savings.
shouldn't we all be on the same fucking page though? I don't understand
What do you
this.
mean we're all using it? That's the same page, Mom.
No, I mean they say most of it
Yeah,
uses it, but there are states that don't use it. I'm telling you, even just states in the United States. Okay?
I don't know if that's a translation error or like just...
I'm
I
telling
bet you they
for
use
real.
some equivalent that they just, like, it's not communicated the same as what we're doing, but I bet you it's...
Some equivalent. You either change the clock or you don't.
That's what I mean. I bet you there's some equivalent to it.
I think that they
Like, language. I mean, like, maybe there's just some places that, like, they
Okay.
do that, they practice it, but they
So-
just don't call it that fucking
Hey,
thing.
what about
Okay,
the
the
fact
reason
that
why it's bad is because it complicates timekeeping and can disrupt time travel.
That's what I always thought. Like,
It can disrupt travel, billing, record keeping, medical devices, heavy equipment, and sleep patterns. Computer software,
Heavy equipment.
yeah, things that need to be
computer
like,
medical devices.
yeah, like or have
Okay, medical devices I get, but
And
like...
I totally get sleep patterns as well. Okay, computer software generally adjusts clocks automatically.
now that our computers do it, we'll never get out of it.
Okay, fine. Now, who wants to go back to the standard of telling time through the... you say 15...
It's a 0.3% saving electricity.
Yeah, and you know what else though? I think that actually, if we all go by these digital clocks on our phones, we won't even notice it eventually anymore because it's happening automatically, right? It's the fact that when we have to do this dialing of the clock sometimes,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
where
really
it's...
bothers people really. So I think that we're
Okay,
probably
fine.
gonna keep
I'm not
it,
saying...
but it's gonna everybody's gonna just
Okay, but how much more
like
complicated...
there.
Okay, in 2008, United States Department of Energy report found no significant increase in motor gasoline consumption due to the 2007 United States extension of daylight savings. So there is no increase of saving.
No,
So this is ridiculous.
But I'm not saying there's a benefit to any kind of saving. My part is everyone's already on the same page about it. So what, like, it's gonna, how much more of a hassle
No,
is
most
it
people are on the
uprooting?
same page as they don't want it though,
Okay,
because
fine.
they voted it out. I'm just telling you.
I thought there was also more of a significance to, like, keeping our, like, hours or the clocks aligned to it being daytime or whatever, right?
Once primary use.
Because imagine it's 5 in the
electricity-
morning, it's dark as
So,
midnight or whatever,
it means
and
important
then
role in-
the
It
sun's
is like
only
that
coming up
sometimes.
at like 8 in the morning or something. That's what I mean. Is like, wouldn't it eventually like
We go back and forth though, so no, it would just.
No, I mean without the daylight saving.
Okay.
If we didn't adjust it, wouldn't it eventually like?
Okay, many
Right.
farmers oppose daylight savings.
Ha!
Okay, fine. Oppose daylight saving.
Particularly dairy farmers, as the milking patterns of their cows do not change with the time
Or the sun.
or the sun, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
And you know what Lily said one time
But that's
about
different.
it?
That's
clock.
Young children often have difficulty getting enough sleep at night when the evenings are bright. Daylight saving also hurts primetime I don't care about that.
Yeah, move past the fucking television, whatever
Fuck
corporate bullshit.
television. I want to know about like how is it affecting humans? Like it's.
Well, television's one of the most human things I can think of.
I don't care about
I don't see
television.
birds building frames of TV out there and like then pretending to do puppet shows or something. You know what? If there's a mating
Okay.
ritual just like that, I would be amazed. Like,
Okay, it's been argued that clock shifts correlate with decreased economic efficiency, and that in 2000, the daylight saving efficient implied an estimated 1 day loss of $31 billion on U.S. stock exchanges. Fuck.
okay, so we've lost
Okay,
money
what
because
I'm
of
not
daylight
understanding
saving.
what you're thinking is like, if we didn't do it, what would happen? Because we go back and forth twice a year. I mean, it's twice in the year we
No,
go.
I mean if we didn't adjust the clocks, so
Uh-huh.
our clocks would constantly always be aligned. Like, don't some clocks run fast or run slow? I get the digital clocks would.
Oh, you mean adjust like that? Okay, never mind. I thought you meant.
Wouldn't it run out of alignment to the sun, like, or whatever? Like, you know, analog clocks or whatever, like, that are up on the wall that are round, like, those ones don't matter for the AM, PM shit. But, like, imagine just, like, not having to, like, I don't know. Maybe
we go
I'm,
1
maybe
hour.
I'm wrong about this.
We
I
spring
thought,
forward once a year and we spring back once a year. So
Okay.
we always are just between. I mean, so
But is that evidence?
so if we stop doing it altogether. Sorry.
Okay, is there evidence of that with a sundial? That's my question now.
Oh, that's the best test ever. Yes. We
I
need
just
to.
said analog clocks. That's,
Yeah, I know.
Those ones wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but that is actually a good idea, good thing to say because no, if you had one on the ground and you had it, you could.
I'm with the farmers. Who cares about daylight savings? The animals don't care about daylight savings.
Or if it does, things do
Well,
change.
because their patterns run completely and utterly with the sun. So now, but that's the thing. And I thought, okay, so the whole point,
What's
Is-
for electricity saving?
yeah, the whole point was about electricity saving, I guess. When
And there is no evidence of it saving any electricity
Just
at
like
all.
I'm wondering when the
It
whole thing of
saving electricity actually do.
wait, wasn't daylight saving something about like the
World War One.
yeah?
Yes.
So they're traveling, they're going through time zones, and so they're trying to keep up their most productive day, like hours of the day or whatever. So when they're on the move or whatever, I get that now, but. Like, because when they move enough in an area, like, into a new time zone, like,
Yeah.
in territory, right? So, so I get why they would have to adjust their clocks.
Yes.
But then them coming home and having, like, doing that, I guess, like, thinking they had to do that, like, then that's where I guess the confusion came in. Where it was a practice of, I guess, like, normal people, and then, people as, whatever. Like, it just eventually became a weird practice.
so people
That's
got
unnecessary.
confused and thought they had to change the locks
I don't.
an hour even if
Okay,
they
I
didn't
follow.
travel.
That's my theory. I'm not saying it's,
Okay, that's how
Okay.
it started. Might have been.
Yeah, I'm saying that's how it probably started. Is like someone, even like especially if it's like a general or something already high ranking, and they did that with their troops, and then they come home and it's a habit like in their life, like because World War I and World War II like lasted a period of like significant time, right? Like for some people, so like I can
I kind of
imagine.
understand what you're saying. It just
I can
sounds a
imagine them
little-
coming back to normal life and then having that weird routine, thinking they had to do it, and then
because they were doing it for travel originally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that now they okay, I get it. But it could also just be like they thought that if
I
they
think eventually, yeah.
change
Like,
the clocks for the hour to be
look, I'm wrong overall. Apparently, everything about daylight savings is bad. But I'm just saying,
it's not all bad.
I thought there was something significant to the rotation of the Earth, and because like our clocks could like come out of
Yeah,
alignment
things
naturally.
do change over, but it is gradually because it's with the seasons, right? You know.
I don't mean like it just getting darker faster. I just mean like eventually.
Well, that's
if
all
we had
I
if we had a digital clock that just constantly ran at a tick, like the Earth is constantly, is at a constant.
Well, what about if we just eliminated the leap year thing? What would happen then, huh?
That'd be crazy. Oh my god. World War IV would happen.
No, because every 4 years we add a day. What is with that? I mean, that's insane.
Okay, look. The part that I thought.
What do we do that for?
Here's my explanation of.
Why don't we just have 13 months that are 28 days each?
Okay, here's my explanation to what I think what would have I thought was applied to why we did daylight savings, which was if we have something of like even a digital clock running at a constant tick, and that is known to be at a constant tick in order to keep track of the time. Eventually, the Earth's rotation wouldn't line up because the Earth's rotation is so much more gradually slowing down or whatever because of other forces like out in the fucking world and stuff. It has a constant speed, but it also.
Do you think that there was already like what's with all the underwater cities and stuff in places and stuff?
I mean, other floods or collapses. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're like
earthquakes.
Well, duh, I know how they happen, but I mean, okay, why don't we know anything much about more about what happened in the Mayans or whatever?
A lot of history has been burned.
Yeah, there was the great Library of Alexandria or whatever got. Is not the one that got burned down.
The Spanish burn books. Let's see. Britain
and everybody also writes their history in their own favor, of course, most of the time.
Well, yeah, Victor's right. Write the history books, right?
Britain has burned a lot of history. A lot of for
yeah,
Scottish.
They're gonna wait till the. Have you heard the interview recently with Meghan or whatever?
Meghan who?
Meghan Markle or whatever.
No.
She's married to the one.
Oh, you mean the guy who left the family and the country in order, like, because he was like, you guys aren't accepting or protecting my, like,
my baby. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm not saying he's either wrong or anything. I just find it.
I know. So
what? She's hilarious or something?
Well, it's just a lot of drama because it
is very petty, honestly.
I found the one petty thing being the thing she says. It was the opposite. What's her name? Kate made her cry. And I think it's your wedding. You're going to cry because you're stressed. You're planning a royal wedding. Hello? So you're going to cry, lady. And don't blame it on Kate. I mean, oh well. And maybe Kate cried too. Maybe. Because it was stressful for her too, maybe.
But the rest of the children are accepted. Like all those cousins of that kid is going to be accepted to the family. But it's like they're so worried it may not
that
be
that
white.
part I found petty. Megan's part was saying, she made me cry, but I do find it appalling that if they really did ask
it's
how
just
dark
such
is the baby
family
gonna
drama.
be?
It's so unnecessary.
Do you think they?
I wish they would yell at each other about daylight savings and where it came from. I'd love to hear that conversation between them.
Yeah, me too. And I'd like to know what anybody thinks about jumping on my idea of making a new calendar. We'll make 13 months with 28 days each. And we should make a new currency, too.
We were just talking about money earlier this week, I think, me and Jacob.
Okay, what I'd like to know, too, is...
Okay. We can all blame William Willett. Because,
for time zones and shit?
No, because who independently conceived daylight savings in 1905 during a pre-breakfast ride when he observed how many Londoners slept through a large part of a summer day.
Okay. So he was somewhat in a higher position to observe, like, people are
during the day.
Why? The day.
So we should be more productive during that day. Daylight savings is so hardly because someone thought the U.S. was not being productive enough.
I guess. Maybe they just had jet lag or whatever it's called.
Yeah, because they were traveling.
Or maybe there is also... I've also read in South America, it's just culturally accepted to sometimes.
Siestas or whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
Naps?
Well, yeah. They would have, like...
it would be perfectly fine to nap during the day or have like a nap time during work and shit. Or like they would have a bunch.
You're tired. I
Yeah,
get
well,
it.
especially
You're
where
hungry.
it's hot. Where it's hot and
Yeah,
you would
you
be
gotta
better off
rest.
resting
You
and
gotta
then,
rest. Yeah.
then
Find some shade. Get some rest.
and then pick up the work on the work a
You know
little
what? I
later.
wouldn't be surprised if they give each other ice bags while they're resting or something, like just to be sure,
And then
because it is hot. Yeah.
also in Japan, it's like when someone
Don't they have
sees.
those nap hotels?
Yeah, sometimes.
They have
but
those nap hotels
but
that are
if
like.
someone if
huge.
a
Cafes or something. No.
Yeah.
but if a boss sees like someone sleeping on the job, that means they're working so hard that they exhausted
Yeah, it's an
themselves.
honorable.
But no, in the U.S. it's viewed as lazy.
It
But
is viewed
no,
as lady.
it's-
Wake up! You gotta slog through this. Do your work poorly as you're in a tired state. And
Yeah, that's
everything.
Even though I made you work 31 hours yesterday.
Yeah, it would be better if you could take the time when you need it and say, I can't.
Well, I think falling asleep at work is a
So,
Yeah, that's
period.
true.
That's your statement. That's your evidence of like, I'm tired, man. Like, I tried. Like, you saw me trying,
One
and then
time I
in
worked
my
11
try,
days
I
in a
got
row.
stopped. My body stopped me.
And my boss was about to ask me if I could come in that next day, and I said, no, you can't. I can't
Oh, that's
do
the
that.
that's the 11-day story, right? Where you're already working.
Yeah, I've already worked, and I'm like, I'm so happy to have tomorrow off. You can't ask me. I can't change it. I was like, that's 11 days. That would be 7 days in a row for me, and that would make you can't do that in 1 week because I've already worked, and last week I worked 6 days, and it was like, and
But
I
he
one
tried.
day.
Was it he?
Yeah.
He tried acting like it was so casual to
He
be
acted like,
like,
no.
see you tomorrow.
No. And I
Maybe
was
for
like,
lunch.
and I had to pick up the schedule and go look because there were a few changes that had been made and ended up making it so I ended up working for 6
Yeah,
days.
maybe they
each
just
week.
didn't. I don't
And
know.
I had one day was like the first day of the week, and then finally it was the last day of the
Luckily, they
second
didn't
week.
get in your face and go,
Right?
"Well, I'm the boss, and this is like how it goes."
but anyways,
I'd be like,
That would-
you want to pay me double time, I guess.
Oh,
or-
okay, overtime, like a whole 8 hours. Okay.
You know, it was really shitty. At one time when I was working at Carl's, they did change it to like this thing of it wasn't over 8 hours in a day anymore for overtime. They made it so that it was only going to be 40 if you made it over 40 hours in a week, right? And so they were putting people down for 10-hour, 4-day weeks, and at times for the schedule. And I just thought, this is hella shitty. No way. I don't care if I get 3 days off if I'm dead for those 3 days. I'm like, I don't want to work 10-hour days, and I didn't. But they were doing it over and over again until finally
That
it
sounds
actually
like-
got changed. That changed the law again because everybody voted to change it or whatever.
Yeah, I
again.
think because they saw how quickly the bad effect it had on people.
Yeah. It was,
Like individuals, like the individuals that like thought it would be a good idea. Like, I'm gonna earn so much money then. Like, oh god, I'm tired of shit. I can't move my arms.
Well, you weren't earning any more for me because you would only still have 40 hours in a week, and even though you had over 8 hours, because right now it's like, I mean, or it used to, well, it is the way now that if you work over 8 hours in a day, that right there will earn you overtime, even if you haven't earned over 40 hours yet.
You hear this, Lily? This is educational.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Lily is in the room. She's just the ghost.
yeah, I know. You know what I hate about the internet now?
What?
Okay, so I'm looking up why do we have daylight savings? And then I go to the wiki page. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's look at why we have it. Who invented it and stuff. And it's like there's just a bunch of stuff. Like, oh, ancient civilizations adjusted times better to the sunlight better than daylight savings. It's like I don't care about that.
you specifically asked about daylight savings,
Yeah.
not.
Not its comparison
Not
to
there.
ancient.
But you know that
Rome
ancient
or
Romans had
You just mentioned Rome as a as a weird example. I didn't think they would actually do it.
yeah. It's like they had water clocks. I'm like, I don't care about that. What about daylight savings?
How did the water clocks work? What the fuck?
I don't care about that.
What do you? Now I'm curious about the water
That
clocks.
was my one
Okay, fine.
no,
Look,
too,
we're
yeah.
going off on a tangent, just like
Yeah.
fucking wiki page apparently.
Yeah, and so when I look up like how old is this person? And then they just give me articles and articles about this person. It's like, I don't care.
Give me their age immediately at the top. You know those like, oh my god, the celebrity whatever things like people.
IMDb pages or whatever.
Yeah, that like doesn't that list their ages and shit like most of the time?
Not always.
Okay, well I don't mean IMDb pages then. What I mean is
Like when you just the overview when you
yeah,
search up.
when you search up them and it says race. And I guess they don't say race because race is weird. Or like nationality, they would say, right? Nationality,
Height.
age, height, stuff like that. Yeah, dislikes. I don't know.
Overview.
This is a character
the
sheet.
the
That's some.
overview.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
You know what I love? Someone looked up Elmo and it said that he was like 6 feet tall, and I thought that was hilarious. That's definitely Wikipedia graffiti or whatever.
Like, I just want a straight answer. Who's the father of Peter Parker? It should be unknown, right? It should just be that.
Ambiguous or NA, not applicable.
Yeah. Because I don't know, like, it should be at the very top. I don't like how everybody is allowed a website.
Okay, a water clock is like an hourglass with sand, I think, basically.
Oh, that's
But
it?
with water,
Oh, shoot.
it seems like.
Let me see.
Because, see what they illustrate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I take it as, because...
Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. I'd love a water clock in my house. So
That's what
maybe I
it
could
seems
drink
like
from
it looks like to me when I look at
And
it.
then have my days off by like 23 seconds, so I'm like, feels different, you know, like every other night.
But it's just, I don't know. I just don't understand why the internet is just so compact with this shit. Like, it's filled with nonsense. So much of the
Because
time.
it's filled with whatever people put out there.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, but when I'm searching for,
You know what it is? It's also because they want to make it sound interesting. Whoever writes it, you know, it's like.
I don't care about interesting.
Okay,
Well, I think also,
sometimes I'm not
do we
looking for
consider this
interesting.
what search engine you're using?
Yeah,
Like,
Google usually.
okay. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that could be it too. I mean,
Yeah, let's
maybe
use Bing
you'll
and see what.
use a different one. It might come up with
what
other
comes
things.
up.
I mean, I don't know. But then you mentioned Wikipedia, go into the Wikipedia thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys?
So
Because it's
then-
just a search. Because Google is just a search engine.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we
it
all
took me
know
a
that.
while to get that for a minute because people act like, did you Google it? Like that's the answer, but it doesn't give you answers. It gives you options.
Yeah, it gives you options.
You know,
so.
and then you have to consider the source.
Yeah, I know.
But
So
they
it's-
usually do make it most relevant, right?
But
and
that's
everything.
that's where I get at. Like,
Maybe money's coming into play.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it is. The Romans paid off Google to put them at the forefront.
that's not who I'm most frustrated with.
Okay, who? Just excuse me.
Like when I'm searching.
I'm so sorry.
How
Okay.
old is Dr. Pepper as a soda? And then it's like, oh,
And then they say
Dr.
there is
Pepper-
no age limit on when you can drink Dr. Pepper.
and Dr. Pepper's been a long associated company, beverages and all. The 31 flavors associated with Dr. Pepper
Didn't
is
it just
very
say
interesting.
established 1885?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I just,
I get it.
I'm
I
just
get
using it as an
it. I
example.
know. They give extra information, make it sound
Yeah,
interesting.
it's like,
get it.
why doesn't Google just, like, when I ask that question, it doesn't just bring up a picture with the can label and show me the date, like, highlighted wherever it says, yeah, and it just circles that going, bro,
Duh.
what, duh. It's like, EST.
Well, you gotta make your own search engine, I
1885.
guess. Create your own search engine, I suppose.
But then I need, like, networks
okay,
of
I'm not
giant
mad at
towers.
the search engine. I'm mad at the sources. There's just so many sources.
Yeah, there's so many sources and I guess other things
Well,
that
I
are
guess
linking
that
to
would
it.
be due to web servers allowing so many websites.
I just.
Or a lot of places claim
And that would
something.
be people's doing all. It's everybody everywhere.
I think it's the order.
putting their
of-
own 2 cents in. I
It's
guess.
definitely the order of information. 'Cause
Right?
I don't mind, like, I know you're upset at, like, there's so
Ooh.
much before what you're wanting, right? And I get that. But there's also, Wikipedia in itself is just a website. It was just a
Yeah, who runs Wikipedia exactly?
I forget who, but
I
it
don't
was,
know, but
you
they
know,
were
look at the Wikipedia.
Okay.
Google, right? I mean, hello.
A Googleplex.
Excuse me.
It's like a huge number, I think.
Wikipedia was
Yeah,
launched on 2015 or January 15, 2001 by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger. Sanger coined its name as a portman of wiki and encyclopedia.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
I got that part because of, yeah, I mean.
So it's been around since the early 2000s.
Yeah, for a long time they were
Okay, and-
asking for donations.
Ha-
Like,
and-
yo,
Well, they're still asking for donations.
And
I know.
doesn't it work in this way that you can add your, put what
yeah,
you
you can edit or whatnot. If,
yeah, and
you
then
also
but then
ask
they
for
also
a page and stuff, like because there are new things always being added.
okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not part of it. Joey's part. He likes the whole thing. I don't do that.
What, Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Does he?
What?
He adds
edits
if,
that?
No, he doesn't edit things. I mean, he reads things. Is all.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But I've heard
Oh,
you can do that stuff, right?
Yes, you can.
Because there was a joke on a show where they on 30 Rock, where they said this woman was gonna play the part of Janis Joplin, and they said, "Oh, have you checked out her Wikipedia page?" And they went and purposely edited to all this weird stuff to make her read this weird stuff
and believe it.
and believe it. Yeah. And what my thought was though. So
That's
is this
called,
really able to be happen though? Are people able to go and change things, and then if someone if it's not like people
That's what I
can't-
was talking
Okay,
about
sorry.
earlier, called Wikipedia graffiti.
That's why I was. All I'm asking is how easy is it to mess with this shit? That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
suggestion, and sometimes it gets immediately approved because
It's true,
Uh,
or if it is,
no,
it's not usually.
it's not usually. It's there's an automatic check for like sourcing other places. So if you build a website that says or claims this thing, and then you go to edit, then it will use your website as scanning or whatever.
So there's a way
documents
to
out there.
trick it.
Yeah, there is a way to trick it. And that's how there's like, so that's why like, there are some Wikipedias I bet you of like presidents where it's like associated with the Illuminati, like shit like that.
Yeah,
Because there's
And
conspiracy theorists, and then they go onto the Wikipedia page,
And then
or at least
that's how.
trolls do, and then they fuck around, and it stays.
I
That's
understand
how
that.
there's also the fan wiki for TV shows and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was just wondering how easily, because the 30 Rock joke was that they tricked the woman.
Yeah, back then
and they
it was
just
much
easily,
easier to do it, and it was harder to be found because they probably didn't have the automatic.
Can they? What
search
happens
thing.
anyways? Do they just change your information? Or they block you or something? Or they tell
They
you
reset
you
it to
can't?
whatever it was before you changed anything.
Okay.
And then
Because I
you
thought
don't need an
I've
account.
gone on there.
They probably
and seen,
associate whatever email address like was adjusted to it
Okay.
or attached to it whenever you put
I
it.
have read things off there a few times, but I've seen a few things, but I'm not like part of.
Yeah, you're not part of the community. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
don't plan on it either, because I don't know.
Yeah, it's hilarious what can get passed on there.
And
because
sometimes I just think, are you like? I feel like you better consider the source, dude, because I know he acts like, oh no, it's like God or something. Like it knows everything. Like it's out. If it's on there, it's good. It's all good. The information.
No,
is
yeah,
good. And I just think no.
You know what I do for any controversy or stuff that's going on out there that,
Yeah.
like, if there is comprehensive evidence, like especially like anything tangible, then there's a lot more believability to it. But of course, like a lot of things can be faked or whatever, even through that means. So something like the recent whatever, there was that one guy who was being looked at as a predator or whatever. What's his name? He's a gamer, and he did a video with Jaden Animations. That guy who did the Minecraft video with her.
Oh, Call Me Carson.
Yeah,
Call Me Carson.
Okay,
Carson.
so
Call Me
he
Carson.
got associated supposedly but it was the girl admitted to those texts being faked because he tried or whatever. But he admitted to feeling bad about past actions that were similar, if not very much, similar in the vein of what she faked.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh shit, well,
and some people try to frame their. Some people try to frame past incidences like they were older, but they were the same age, and it's like.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is like, him and that girl were like a 2-year difference or whatever, and it
You're
was
always
like,
going to be the same difference, though. So.
no,
Okay.
but like, okay, sorry.
Say a
What I mean
10-year
is, she was like 17, he's 19. It's like, oh, they were texting, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, like, and
They both age still, so they all.
no, I
But,
know,
okay,
but
what
it's
I
like
mean-
now
Okay.
it's like 10 years later,
Uh-huh.
right? Or not that long, but you know what I mean. It's years later, and now she's coming out about it, and it's like, but everyone's associating
Thinking
his
him with a 7, is that what you mean?
Yeah,
is
now,
associating his age of
now with a 17-year-old. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and that's
understand
what
that, and
people are
that's a little
confused
twisted
about.
and messed up because you should just maybe make it. It might even be easier to say, yeah. So what? We were 2 years different. We were both teens. Both of us were teens.
That
at the
is
time,
one of the
same
defenses,
time.
but he also like was not easy on himself when it was like kind of out there. So he was like, and he was already like. Here's the thing: he
It
was
is
already having trouble with other
shitty.
things, like
So.
mentally. Beyond that, like through the years.
Well-
So and her doing this, and then him being hard on himself with those mental problems and stuff. He like. He was very much on the edge and already, and so him like coming and just like, yeah, I'm a terrible person. Like him,
now
it gave
he's-
him an excuse to try and be like, yeah, everyone hate me because I hate myself. Like, just might as well get everyone to like, I'll agree, whatever. Who cares? Like, I don't
And
care. Like, I
now
clearly
there's-
don't care.
There hasn't been anything from him since.
Well, I think because ever since it was faked, now everyone is fucking bitching on that girl, and I think, yeah, go ahead. It's her fucking fault. And also, after everyone did finally realize, oh, yeah, he was 19 and she's 17, give him some fucking, like, slack.
Yeah,
You know,
it's bullshit.
Give him some slack.
It's
Some were
it's complete-
trying to be like, oh, when he was like 22 and then a 15-year-old, when that's not true. That was not true because he was at the end of high school when he was talking to them or whatever, that person, and then he was out of school by the time they stopped talking, and it was like, okay, there you go. Like,
take it back.
or from what I remember being discussed. Now it's been a while since it's been talked about, but I wanted to use that as an example of people, like, you know, really
I think-
faking things, but also like there can
Remember
be
Kevin
evidence that is
Spacey?
as tangible.
I
There
think
has to be evidence that is as tangible as like.
Yeah, what about Kevin Spacey?
I think that's kind of what happened to him in some ways is that he, but it was still enough of an age difference, even though it wasn't like as it wouldn't be. It sound almost. I think people were relating the age of what it was when the story came out, and then the person being younger. Even though, but there was an age gap that was enough that it was a little bit sketchy. Like I don't know, and or whatever. I don't know. Plus the
Yeah,
person,
you know.
plus the
who's
person
not
was
getting
saying
the
like
rounds?
it was like some kind of. I don't know. He
You
went
know-
all cuckoo though too, and he was like went and did something with in character where he was put out a commercial or something where he was in his character or something from whatever show he was doing at the time, which they like or movie he was doing at the. I don't know. It was weird. This was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while enough ago.
I
guess.
liked
don't
him
know.
though, and I just
Um,
think that's a shame.
Okay, well, I know.
I thought he was alright.
I know Seinfeld or whatever had like a 19-year-old girlfriend he brought to a red carpet event, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh god, dude,
That's
Yeah, that's
real.
dirty, right?
That's
I think
that's
so.
real close.
You trying to be a silver fox, man? That's not your style. It's not his style. He should just go for women like
I
a
thought
lot
they
closer to
actually
his
got.
age.
It wasn't them that he actually. It wasn't her he actually married or something.
I don't know. I just know that there was a red carpet event he brought a 19-year-old girlfriend
Yeah,
to,
okay, I'm
and it
just
was like, oh, dude.
It's like-
That's not a good look. That's
Yeah,
not a
I
good look.
know.
She's like this young, blonde, skinny, like very attractive
Anyways,
young
I
woman
was
next to
just
this.
wanting-
And Seinfeld like was a little like I'd say puffy at the time. It was like
That
he-
sounds funny.
well, he was a little round. He was definitely his gut was a little out because his suit, whatever, like kind of like didn't exactly help. whatever, especially that like the photos I've seen, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
They do it wrong. with
I don't
his
know.
name.
I mostly want to use that as like clearly stuff
Oh,
that is
oops,
not
yeah, I spelled it
tangible
wrong.
can be
Oops.
used as evidence against you, but stuff that is tangible can also like help you, you know, like the phone it was sent on and stuff. That holds data and stuff, like, or you know, the device you use, or even pictures that are beyond, like, dated in some way beyond like some digital format, you know, like, I don't know, a lingering smoke in there or something. I don't know.
Another YouTube that
Yeah,
there
go
was
ahead.
another YouTuber that happened to where this ex-girlfriend of his was like, yeah, he said these things to me, and it was like, yeah, no, we were both kids we were both under the age at that time, and yeah, I might have been a bad boyfriend during those times, but like,
Yeah, it's like the part that matters, I guess.
She was 17, they're saying, here on this thing.
Oh, you're looking up the Seinfeld thing?
And that he was 38, yeah.
damn.
And
That's
he
still...
claimed later he didn't know she was 17. He claimed, like, I think, that probably that he thought she was 19. Or whatever.
Oh, I guess that was his claim. Yeah. I don't know. I just remember it being 19 because that was the thing I heard about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's a 20-year difference, though, yeah.
yeah, that's... Ooh,
So...
dude.
Better
Like,
have just
imagine,
been
imagine
event.
being 20 years old, you go to some guy's house and you see him holding his daughter and then going, ooh, I'm going to date that in 20 years.
God, that's not a good way to say. I mean, don't say it like nobody wants to hear that.
Yo, that's what happened in Twilight or whatever.
Or what was it? There's a little bit
That's
on
what that
Saturday
guy,
Night Live.
Jacob
Remember?
imprinted on
Your next.
that guy from
your
Twilight,
second wife.
Jacob.
Yeah,
Jacob from Twilight was a weirdo and imprinted
What are you
on
doing?
an infant. Lily, you know about this, right?
Yeah.
You're into the Twilight saga.
No, I'm
What
not.
does that mean?
Oh, shit. How do I describe this?
What, imprinting?
Yeah, Jake, I feel like
I mean, I think I've heard of. I mean, you know, that's like the.
Jacob probably has better words for it than I do.
I thought
Okay,
ducklings
imprinting.
in that thing.
Okay, ducklings would imprint on someone that would be their mother.
Yeah.
But he imprinted on.
An infant?
Yes.
You said? Okay.
But
that's
this was
strange.
a different
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a different.
Imprinting, okay.
Yeah, like it's. I can't.
because
He's obsessing on her or
Yeah,
something?
kinda.
Till she's old enough?
Well, okay, one of the vampire powers one of them has is
Isn't that
to
called-
see the future. And
Yeah, one of the powers apparently is to see the future, and this little girl can see the future, whatever, right?
no,
Or sorry, go
not
ahead.
not the little girl.
Sorry, not the little girl.
Someone sees the future and the little girl's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
well,
okay.
but she's older and is with Jacob, and they're dating.
So
And,
then
but he is
Sorry.
20.
He
Okay.
is like 20 or 22, like
Does he
something in that.
age?
Yes.
Okay,
They-
I don't
He-
know.
Yeah, he
'Cause
ages.
vampires don't. I mean, he's a werewolf, right?
Yeah,
He's the
Jacob's a
werewolf,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I know that much, see. But but I just wanted to remind you guys, like, just in case, like, I didn't know if he aged or not, but he does. Okay.
He does.
So never mind.
But I don't know.
Because
if,
I was
like,
thinking
as
maybe he
fast
doesn't
or-
age. I mean, and
I don't
so.
know if he ages.
Okay,
as
here's the
fast.
thing. Now, the child could actually technically be younger than we think because this little baby ages rapidly, apparently, rather than doesn't age at all or something.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh.
So it's even
So
weirder
she-
that she could be technically even younger than we think. Like,
But she caught up with him in age?
yeah, but in a shorter period of time
In a
than
rapid
human
growth.
standard of time, which
Okay.
is gross.
She's-
So he's like,
20.
he's like
Is she
gonna
going
be
to continue
25 or
aging
26.
fast? Is she?
I don't know. I think it's one of her powers. Maybe she
Okay.
Oh, maybe
intentionally.
she
There is
wanted to,
there is
yeah.
another hybrid. Okay, the reason why they know this is because there's another hybrid human vampire that comes out and says, "Yo, I am also half human, half vampire, and I can eat human food and drink blood."
So yeah,
Can you
don't
go out
worry.
in the daylight?
Yeah, he can go in
Oh.
daylight, but
Well,
he
they
doesn't-
can all go in daylight. It's
Yeah,
just they'll
they-
sparkle like diamonds in the rain.
Oh, actually,
Ooh.
No, see, saying it romantically like that, I guess, makes it sound great. But imagine standing out and it's like you got body glitter that I just came from the club and I got rubbed up on by the
Then I
servers.
might. Then you recognize people like you're a vampire, right?
No, I would think like you just say, "Oh, I came from the club," like all that shit. Because that could be my excuse, honestly, if I was like a fucking
What if
vampire.
you put makeup on?
there's lots of.
Oh, there's probably ways to hide it. Like wearing makeup probably does hide you.
Or
from...
what if you stay shaded like by
That's what
like
That's why
a
they
cloak or
stayed
something?
in Washington.
Oh, okay, where it was raining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it rains all the time there. We stay there once
And there's
for 3
probably
weeks in the
plenty of
summer.
them
It was
in
like,
London or whatever because it's like
Foggy.
90% foggy and
Yeah.
cloudy there.
That's funny.
Well, those are a lot of port towns. I guess that's why. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
That's
but
funny.
anyways, the fucking like the point is I'm trying to make is Jacob is clearly like
Pedo.
a predator in some way.
Well, he's a werewolf.
Look, man, maybe that was her intention is like to show that he's a predator to Bella, like by like making him a literal predator. I don't know, like
Jesus.
because here's the thing: he never fell in love with Bella. It was he had
A crush.
an instinct to stay near her, to be with his true love, who is gonna be her baby, and it's like, oh, that's weird.
You know what?
Oh,
I
that's-
admire Stephen Meyer just writing those
Whoa.
books,
Why did
having
her
the
so...
movies be made, and then taking her money and leaving.
Yeah, you know what? That's the best thing she could have done, because now we got nothing else about it. We don't have like all this million like different merchandise pieces of like.
Well, you could find, can't you?
Yeah,
find...
but
Well,
I bet
we can-
it's by the distributors of the movie rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
her
true.
choice. It's not because they're selling the image of their movie, not her book. Like, but if
I
they're doing,
understand what you're saying.
but if they did want to sell something,
Because yeah, once she sold the rights,
the movie rights, then
basically,
yeah, it's like
they have a right to make merchandise for that movie.
yeah, or a percentage.
Unless they're, and I'm sure she gets some kind of.
I bet you, yeah, she get like that's the thing is like she's not gonna disapprove on a lot of things, but she is gonna like hold. She at least has her limits, is what me and Jake are saying, rather than J.K. Rowling, who.
Well, I thought
fucking-
actually, what's her name controlled like a lot of things that were what is done with Harry Potter or whatever.
Yeah, Rowling
But
does.
she wants to do all that stuff too, right? Or-
Yeah, but that's what we're saying is Myers is not ruining her books any more than a weird mess that they already are, right? By constantly coming in with adding or making new things, or this merchandise now, which insinuates a weird thing, or this thing, all that stuff. I don't know, like. And also, like we said, adding lore or something to
Here's
the books.
the prequel of Twilight.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's like,
Well,
oh,
if she
great.
has a creation though, she wants.
Yeah,
to...
we're not gonna stop. That's the thing. We're praising her
We're
like,
praising Stephen Meyer
for the
No,
less
no.
is more. Less is
Okay,
more.
but okay.
We're getting more
I get
out of
what you're-
Twilight.
I guess I understand what you're saying.
out of what is
I'm just
there
saying,
rather than the
if
constant
if
adding.
what's her name? Do you think it's purely out of the greed of money, or
Yes,
and
at this
everything?
point, yes.
Okay, fine.
Because she
Because-
has an amusement park. She
Oh
has,
God.
She's got 2 types of movie franchises with her shit. Which
Yeah, that's
is
different
okay.
also than what you're saying. When you say, oh, here's a prequel, I would just think, like, you mean, like, if she wrote another book that or something.
If it
That's
was
one
good
thing.
and had the continuity of
Yeah, if it just holds
But if
the
it's just
continuity.
screenplays or something, or just
because we can't.
merchandise, and that's kind of
Yeah, that's what Rowling's doing. She's
That's what
constantly.
I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not for that either.
So and it's just
Uh,
overbearing and a little too much. That's what
And
we're
I
saying.
heard she
Less
said
is
something
more.
trashy about transgender.
Yeah, she's showing her true colors about not liking trans people or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
That's
okay,
what I
fine.
heard.
Lily has something to say about
And
this.
have
She
you ever noticed
prepped up.
something? They don't have. They're so like. Well, she said she only would use English actors, but there's like no black people in the movies.
Yeah, there are. There's
In her
also
movies?
Indian
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Where? I don't remember.
because they're part of they're
Or they're just like
old.
like.
What are they called? Old British colonies that were established in like Asian countries and stuff, which is why there's chow.
There's a
and stuff.
character in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That's.
There's
That's
twins.
Indian, Chinese, and stuff like that. Because, like I said, like British colonies
Okay,
were
yeah, that's
settled
true,
in.
I guess. But I'm
the-
saying I didn't notice that there was any character like.
There was Zhao Chang.
And what are the twins? They're
They're
Hindu or Indian or something.
Yeah. In
Well, I
the
just
books,
mean, what about-
they were in different houses. I didn't like that. In the
They were in
movie.
the same house in the movies. That fucking made it annoying. They're conjoined to the hip, and it's like, no, wait. Like, it would have looked cheap because they're twins or whatever, but it would have also shown some continuity with the books, like if they were in different houses. and it was great.
Why
but
would she do anything different? I thought she was like had to approve of everything. Why would she change stuff from the book?
what?
Well, no,
Anyways.
Oh.
it's the director's vision.
It's
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
After the second movie, second movie's so good. Also, it's the longest run. Remember how we looked at the
Yeah.
runtimes? Second movie's the longest running one, or
Okay.
the longest in length.
out of all the films.
It doesn't feel like it, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
feel like it.
But anyways, so after the first two movies, she was like heavily involved. Like she was like there to consult with a lot of things, which is why they're probably so long of movies. And then the rest of them are an average runtime of like 2 hours or just over 2 hours 10 minutes. But
I really wish they did.
but they did deviate a lot. Like in the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, the mirror thing came into play. But in the 6th and 5th one, apparently it was in the script, and she made a big note about it to the directors for the 5th and 6th one. Like, hey, include the mirror in somewhere. Like, she was like, just put it in somewhere, please. Like,
Yeah,
because
because
it's a big deal for the 7th book.
it really was.
And it was also a big deal. It was a big deal in the 6th book. It was a big deal in the 6th book because wasn't it given to him?
It was given to him in the 5th one.
Well, yeah, it was given to him, but it was broken
In the 6th.
in the 6th one, and
And
its twin, like, and that's where Harry took the shard after it broke. Remember?
yeah,
And I can't remember the exact scene. I just remember the sequence.
if only
what is
Harry
the-
would have remembered in the
Oh.
5th book.
The 6th book is Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
And the 5th one is Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, but you keep saying book and sometimes you say scene.
Sorry.
So do you see what
see-
I'm saying?
Okay, sorry, the vocabulary. Books in books there are
I'm
scenes.
getting a little. Well,
There are scenes
okay,
and
true,
chapters.
but I'm getting a little confused on which exactly you're
Okay.
And
referencing.
okay,
thinking
in the
of.
movies, nothing of the mirror is mentioned, and the mirror is a big plot point for the
Okay.
last two movies, which
'Cause
is
I don't
the
remember even.
7th
I like
book.
maybe watched movies, with you guys, whatever the one. Like if I went to them or
What
whatever.
was the furthest I
I
read
don't
on my
even know
own?
if I
I read
really
to like the 6th. Sorry, no,
And
I
I've
read to
never
the
read
5th
any of the
book,
books,
and
to
then
be
I
honest.
started over
I
again.
have not read the
so-
books.
Alright, in the
I
5th
need to
book,
read one.
Sirius gives Harry a present and
Uh-huh.
says to him, "This is how me and your dad communicated through detention."
Via this mirror, and
Or no, he didn't say what it was.
oh, okay, sorry, whatever, keep going.
Or what did he say what it was?
Well, you gave it to him eventually, so
Yeah, he gave it to him, and I thought he put it in his trunk, and then he like forgot about it, and then like he was rushing up to
What's that spell?
Umbridge's fireplace, and it's like, wait, Harry, the mirror. Why don't you communicate through the mirror? If you would have done that, you would have seen that Sirius was okay. But of course, he wasn't thinking rationally.
Another thing is, why didn't Sirius though remind him about the mirror
Yeah.
in his trunk, or about it? Like, remember the mirror. Like, just even a hint. I don't know. Maybe he was cut off a lot of the time. Remember? I don't know. I know they had long talks.
Who was the one that turned into a wolf or something?
That's Sirius.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
the werewolf is Lupin,
Yeah.
and
Not the werewolf. I mean.
yeah, Sirius is the one that is
Turns
an
into the
animagus
dog.
who turns into a
And he
dog.
looks like he's all in pain and everything.
Yeah, because he came in that movie. He came directly from prison.
Yeah.
Broke out. He was the first to ever break out of this
Yeah, that is.
high security prison.
Yeah, were those things like.
How did he do it?
You know what I think he did? I think he just finally he must have had enough strength to like do it without a wand. The spell.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was pure will. He
It
had
it must have just
They
been
don't
like.
explain ever.
Well, I think it was
Well,
explained kind of like he
yeah,
had
he-
the will to get out, because I bet the thing is on the island it's just the prisoners, and the guards, quote
Yeah, those,
unquote, are the Dementors.
yeah,
yeah.
just
There's
Dementors.
no physical
and
regular
you
human.
just,
So
and there is a way to defend yourself against the
Yeah, so
Dementors.
having them or
another thing it could be is he could have at any point, like if there's any crows or animals, like
What if
he could have gotten any part of any animal around and used it to like his core, quote unquote, to like any makeshift wand he needed to.
I
To
think
like,
he just had.
I think he just had the willpower,
I think he said that he had like
the strength and memory and happiness.
because he saw. No, okay, as he asked, okay, the minister would always come visit him because he Sirius was surprisingly sane.
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say, are you sure he didn't go delusional
No. He
and go
didn't.
loop-de-loo, get all and that
Oh,
made him
no.
all happy
No, no,
somehow?
No. He felt like he deserved to be in there.
Oh, okay.
Because James had died, and then he was after Pettigrew, the friend that ratted on them.
Yeah, the friend
Yeah,
that
the rat.
he's in prison for because they think
He-
Sirius is the one that betrayed them when it was really
But Pettigrew also killed a bunch of Muggles.
right behind him.
Yeah.
And
And Sirius was blamed for that, and all they could find of
Pettigrew was his finger, and so they were like, he did such a spell, so powerful, he left nothing behind, only a finger.
Oh, but that was good though, because that helped track him, right? In some
Yeah,
way.
it did. It marked him. That was his mark of that. Like,
And then the minister visits him, Fudge.
oh,
And then there's that funny
the paper.
thing,
The paper.
that funny.
He hands the paper to Sirius, and when he saw the toe missing from,
He was like,
and because it was a rat, and that rat looked just like Peter Pettigrew, who can turn into a rat as an animangus. They were like, he was like, oh, I am getting that motherfucker.
Yeah, that was funny.
I am out. And so I think he had the will to turn into his dog form and slip through the bars.
Oh, okay.
I think I don't think just that. I think he like overall maybe saw a weak spot and just never went for it because, like you said, he thought he deserved to be there.
Yeah.
And so he went for it when he did see, like, he had his will to like get out there, hunt him down.
And
like,
then why didn't those brothers ever check on their little brother when they looked on that map and saw that name there?
Well,
That's
okay,
what
in the
everyone-
book. Okay, in the book, they
Okay.
are not shown.
Okay, I'm just
The
joking.
creators of the map.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good explanation. I totally didn't realize that. Oh, is
I
that
was just
why?
joking. It was, but
Is that why Lupin was able to sneak up on Harry?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. I totally didn't connect that.
Because
so when you're an animal, it doesn't show up on the
No,
map.
no.
Oh, wait.
Them themselves, because Peter Pettigrew was part of the creation of the map, and because they're the creators,
Oh,
they
they
made
don't
it so
show
they
up.
don't show
I
up.
get you. Okay.
But they have
I didn't
anyone and
realize.
everyone
In the
else
movie-
show up.
but in the movie they have Peter show up on the map.
Yeah, which breaks the continuity and
Yeah.
stuff. But it was a good visual clue. It like they were just building up like with a mystery.
Yeah,
kinda,
I know.
Whatever. Look,
I
you know
get
what?
it,
It's
yeah.
clever, and I like that sequence because he's looking around for a person,
Yeah.
and then it makes sense later when he's a rat and he just sneaks past him,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, that makes sense.
But
it also makes sense
Why
why
Sirius was never on the map either.
Yeah,
Whatever. Did the real rat ever show up again?
real rat.
What? There was
was
never.
There was no
Oh,
real
I
rat.
thought that.
Peter
Okay.
Peter Pettigrew
Was
the-
always the rat that was
the
always.
rat the whole time.
Because
Okay, I didn't
then
know. For some
when,
reason I got confused.
Because when Ron, Harry, and Hermione were questioning Sirius, like why are you after Ron? And they're like, I'm
Okay,
not after Ron.
then how about
I'm after
did he,
him.
How
Like,
about did he ever get a pet that was a real that was not
Yeah,
any?
he did in the book. He did get
Okay.
a new pet,
What
an
was
owl.
it? An owl. Okay, that's
Very,
Yeah.
a very small owl.
Oh,
very
that
small.
sounds
And
nice.
it's, oh wait, no, isn't that a gift from Sirius? Yeah, Sirius
Aw,
sends him that owl and then is like, now
Oh.
he's yours.
You can keep him.
that's cool. Now I'll catch any dirty rats.
And then Ron's like, keep him. What do you mean? Like, what am I gonna name him? And then in the next book, they say pig, penguin.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cute.
Ginny names them.
Oh.
Well, because Ron couldn't come up with anything.
Wait, and how do you say her name?
Who?
Ginny?
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're all named after Knights of the Round Table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
just wanted to
their
make
father
sure.
is Arthur.
I used
Yeah.
to think I thought it was Jenny or something maybe.
You think that's
But now
actually
I can
intentional
hear it,
from them?
Ginny.
Do you think they were like, if they had another kid who, like, they would name him Lancelot? They probably name him Lance.
Probably.
What if they ran out of those names?
Then they'd have to start getting creative.
They could start naming them after Robin Hood and
Honestly,
their merry
that
men.
Mr. and Mrs. Weasley had an entire school year with their
Or a
kids
school
gone out.
wedding. Oh, you mean they finally got a break?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
For the
So
kids.
they made another baby.
That's what happened every time.
Seemed like it.
Yeah.
Probably. Huh?
Percy was very stuck.
Listen,
Yeah, he
Is
was
that
a
outside,
dickhead.
or-
The rain and shit.
yeah, but I also hear the water heater thing. I think, or or whatever.
No, it's just a giant truck that's coming down the way and it's rumbling.
Just be quiet. You know what? Near my house, there's always cars I hear on Bennett Valley Road that they're going way too fast and they rip through the trees if they're trucks and it sounds terrible. And then the wind is terrible out there too.
Yeah,
It
when it's
sounds like
when it's
howling.
giant delivery trucks going down this way, that like they shake the
I
road.
want Dobby in. I'm
What
gonna
do you
go
mean
get-
Dobby is in here? He's right
Oh,
there.
I forgot. We
You
brought
brought him
in.
out here.
Well, he's supposed to be out here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I
want
liked
him
that
in-
the
I want
movies
that.
gave Neville a grow up a little in the fourth movie.
Are you
but-
guys going to come over for Easter when Boo Boo comes over to do an Easter egg?
Yeah,
hunt?
sure, I'll do it.
I don't know if you're invited.
Here's your.
actually.
But
Yeah, because really, I mean, I'm not gonna make a big deal of telling you because you'll just say you'll come and not come. So, if you want to come, you can come, but I'm not gonna expect you there. I think because
Harry Potter is
because you don't want to come for lots of things. But the girls are gonna come over and hunt eggs or whatever,
and paint eggs. Right?
and yeah, do some decorating of eggs, and I don't know, we'll just be goofy and whatever. It'll be good because we didn't get to do it last year because Sarah was being all weird about, or Boo Boo was being all weird about it.
Yeah, Boo Boo was being weird about it.
She acts like it was Jake, and I'm like, whatever. I
It
don't
was
know
both
who
of
to
them.
think it was.
She's also the parent. She has say.
Well, that's true. I know she does, and that's how I feel about it. She could just blow him off and act like, "What are you talking about?
Well,
Going
this
to my
is
family's
family, and
house."
my family's
Yeah.
very involved, so sorry to say, but they want.
And I'm sorry, your family's only one person, right? I mean,
Oh.
that's basically the
Where's his dad?
overbearing
What
mother,
happened?
the smother.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Where is his dad? What's
His
with
dad
that?
died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know.
Okay,
That's
well,
what happened.
I didn't know that. That's
Okay.
fine. It's good to learn that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well,
Well, yeah, and that
and
happens.
he doesn't have any cousins or anything?
No, he does, I guess. He actually has siblings from his dad, but
Then where the hell are they?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know
Are
for
they
sure.
not? I guess they're not close.
It's like one's way older and one's a lot younger, or something. Like
Oh,
there's
really?
like 13 years difference between each of them, or something like weird like
Well,
that.
you know what? Then it's a good. They should make a podcast and talk about how different their lot.
generations
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Like it's like, how do you feel growing up in this? And it's like, I see you growing up, like, and like to the younger one, and then it's like, well, how was it for? Like, that'd be an interesting conversation. I'd love a
Yeah, that's
topic
true.
about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
me-
interesting to hear the differences between Sarah growing up versus her siblings,
Because
because there were a lot of rules like placed on her siblings, like can't do this, like,
and then she got like
and then
free range.
free range because she was the
Really?
baby. Yeah.
Well,
Because
to a
in
lot of-
my mind, when I think about
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
the
degrees.
history
there-
of things, I think,
Okay.
Comparatively.
okay.
Okay. Because as
But I
Sarah,
understand that. But compared to her siblings, she had a lot more freedom. Okay?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that because if you ask my older siblings, they'll probably say I was spoiled to hell and got to do whatever I wanted and blah blah blah.
yeah,
But you know what?
they'll say the same
I also
thing about
feel-
her.
I also just feel like that that I don't know if I'd say how true that is or not because I wasn't there for their time, right? Duh. But I do know one thing: it's not my fault that if it is that way.
No, yeah, I think, you know what? Fair enough.
And it doesn't mean actually that it was the best way for things to be either. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
So
Uh,
I feel like I would say it's almost opposite, but there's also circumstances that are far different for like.
for one
Like,
sibling
yeah.
to another, like especially when there's great age difference, right?
Or just or
A
no, even
significant-
like with I'm thinking of with Dylan. Dylan doesn't have freedom like you guys do because he can't, right? And so there's reasons for that, right? And I'm very I mean, I have to keep an eye on him, or else I would. He doesn't, but he gets restricted from a lot of things because it just isn't. It just can't happen that way, right? He can't have the freedom to come and go. When he's about to be 15, in 10 days or whatever. So it's a little odd. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, I just think about it and think, or her. She's gonna be 18 this year, and I will take her everywhere, right?
Yeah, Lily, why are you attached to the hip of mom?
I do not choose to be her, what's it called?
Psychic?
No, yeah, it's not psychic, but no, super.
Chaperone?
Yeah, chaperone. I don't ask to be the chaperone.
Lily.
I am asked to be
Lily,
the
I'm
chaperone.
gonna throw a can
And
at
that's
you.
far
What?
from
You
the
can do
normal
things on your own, can't
17,
you?
18-year-old, right? I mean, it's a bit. I think.
Okay, give your input on this.
Like,
Why-
you guys had the more free. I mean, because and she does too, but she
It's also
doesn't
we found
take
her
advantage of
escape.
it.
Like,
She just doesn't do it.
well, now there is no advantage to
Oh,
it.
yeah,
There-
that's
like,
true.
the whole
Now
world's
it's shut
in
down. The whole world's in shutdown.
It's
Yeah,
in
the whole world's
the whole
shut-
world mimic Lily.
Well, don't make her cry or anything. That's all.
That wasn't the...
Oh, come on, don't fake cry on me. We're just joking around.
Yeah, that's okay.
Lily, what's your input on this?
I
Why do you feel so...
We're best friends, you know that?
Yes.
Let Lily answer, Jesus.
Lily!
No, we are best friends.
And that's great. We're gonna hug now.
And I get in fights with her just so we can make up.
Oh, yay! I do the same with your dad.
That's such a healthy relationship.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't do it on purpose.
Ain't it? Alright, well, you guys talk while I go to the bathroom.
Sometimes I think I serve. I don't mean to. I know I serve fights, but I don't mean to.
Oh,
Right? And I think it's like this weird self-defense mode that I get into. Like, you can't upset me because I'm already mad at you.
Okay. First off, I want to bring up a topic that will have you guys talking while I'm gone real quick.
Oh, I
Patrick
love
Starr,
this.
Patrick Starr is getting his own show and shit. Talk about that. Jacob, look it up.
Patrick
Patrick
Starr.
Yeah, Patrick Starr.
I don't care about SpongeBob.
Has
Shut
anybody ever thought about all the names like, okay, not Patrick Starr, but Sandy Cheeks and Bikini Bottom and Chum Bucket? Hello, that's a little nasty there.
Cum bucket.
You're not supposed to say that. But Plankton ain't. What is he supposed to? His isn't dirty. Or Mr. Krabs. Hello, in Bikini Bottom. I bet. Do you have some crabs in your bikini bottom on your sandy cheeks?
No, a lot of people have been pointing out. Patrick's show is an upcoming...
I didn't even
animated-
think about that until just recently. I was like, holy crap, wait a second. I mean, I got the Sandy Cheeks one, I guess, pretty quick, actually. And I thought, that's clever, that's funny. Sandy Cheeks. But it didn't even hit me about the other ones for a while. I guess I just didn't... I don't know. I think it's best to keep...
Someone pointed out that the fish's houses are mufflers.
Oh, huh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
'cause
terrible.
of,
That's because of the garbage in the ocean. That's horrible, man.
And
At least
apparently,
SpongeBob has a pineapple, right?
yeah, and apparently the site, the island that's filmed, was a site for nuclear testing, so...
Oh, no wonder all the fish can talk and
Yeah.
walk and drive boats and stuff. Oh, and they're mufflers because they could even be mufflers that have fallen off boats, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily. I was just thinking about trash or whatever. They should actually make it more like just trash and make all kinds of different. But they probably like to keep it simple too, because because it worked. Whatever they did, it worked, right? SpongeBob wasn't going strong for
I know.
too long.
The movie
He's a big crybaby, man.
The movie was supposed to be the ending,
Oh, okay.
like the end of the series, but then
People went bonkers over the movie, right? Or
well,
something. Well, they made a second movie, didn't they?
yeah, but that was after
That was a weird animation one.
Sponge Out of Water,
Yeah, that was
and then
weird. Freezing. What
they
time is
made
it?
another.
All right.
It's
How did that conversation go?
I just looked it up
it's
and
7:10.
Oh, no.
there
we
was
need to call
barely
your
anything
dad, and
on it.
probably-
Oh,
Just said
yeah,
an upcoming show.
It just says that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, new topic. Shut up, Lily.
She wasn't even talking.
That's how my
Fuck
teachers
you.
were. Whenever it was
It's like, all right, class, settle down. Jacob, shut the fuck up.
I don't even talk.
But that's part of their humor, the joke.
I know.
Mom, you're gonna love this book. I just finished
Stop.
it. It's great. It's awesome. Find some free time, read it. Here's
Has
why.
a lot of pictures. I don't think it'd be hard to read.
No.
Well, it's
So-
taking in the atmosphere, and like we just discussed atmosphere and how I set up a ritual.
Did I tell you I can go in the middle of the loud house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, well,
You guys should.
Loud House is
Who,
great.
when are you gonna come over again? Check out the VR thing.
You know
Nobody
what?
ever
Here's the
wants.
hardware thing. I tried sending a message. I don't know if it went through or not.
Oh,
See, he messages you. It sounds like you just don't get him.
that's bull. If I get things that people send to me, I don't know. I don't know where my phone's right over there. I don't know where. Well, I don't know when that even was. Like now.
Whatever. Okay, Mom, I'll say you'll like this book because if you actually go through the story and read it, it's very labyrinth-esque.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go through it
I
from
will.
the
I
beginning.
will go to the beginning, but I was just checking out what it looks
Don't
like.
spoil images
Oh,
for
look.
yourself.
Oh my
See?
god.
It says I tried sending
Failed.
It. Yeah, I know.
On your end,
Oh my
it's not my
God.
end.
I know. It was on my...
I'm just
You don't
telling
do follow-up
him like.
checks. You know, you don't get nervous going, did that send or not? Did I send it? Did I really send it? I thought I sent it. And then, you know, like that.
No,
that
it
thing.
said it. You know what? My phone always does that to me. I have to resend things all the time.
That's so dumb. I hate it when that happens.
Well, it was like when I was, you know, when the notifications for text go like that, and you can just do that.
Dobby,
Oh,
don't
the
get
reply,
mad now.
Yeah, and I
The-
was like, boop-a-doop.
Mark as read or reply. I
Yeah.
like.
Sky, whoever designed this dude, gave him some creepy eyes that follow you around.
No.
What do you mean? When
You were looking at him like this.
Yeah, but then I look from one eye to the other, and he's
No, they're
looking
not
me.
following you. Jake, try it. Try that stupid shit. You know what? I'm gonna set up a bus, just like the
Yeah,
haunted
they
mansion.
are. They're weird. They're looking right at me right now. Oh my god, they're like
But
evil.
Jacob's facing it like that at you because he's trying to try it himself. Going, oh, do they follow you? No, they don't.
Shut up.
He's got laser eyes that go like this.
Guess what? I like this dude. He's pretty well made for being only
Oh yeah, he's really well made. I'm not
for
denying
being
that.
$10.
Who
I thought.
says his eyes say
He was
anything
only
about
$10,
how well
and I
he's
thought-
made?
He's really stiff though.
Detail.
The only thing that makes him even more, honestly, his limbs are pretty like freeing. I could like pose him in many ways. The problem is his clothes,
Yeah,
like his little robe
So
thing.
make
They
that
should've
slit.
been-
Cut that slit on the side. There's a
Yeah, I
seam.
gotta like.
There's
what?
a seam on the side that you'll see. If,
Oh, you want me to like take it off and
yeah, you can
switch
take
it
it off.
out?
You
Yeah, I could do that.
Here,
Why not? You
let's
know, what, we got a
find-
whole
Get
other
an
one.
X-Acto
know what?
knife.
No, we have another one already, Jake.
What?
Yeah,
Another what?
another Dobby. Remember?
Where?
What do you mean you bought two? I thought.
No, I said I bought one. I said there were two there, but I bought one.
Oh,
I didn't
I
buy
thought you
two.
had another one.
No, I only have one. Why
Look,
would I
okay,
buy two?
where'd you buy it? Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, because they have all this Harry Potter shit. They're like Harry Potter.
All I'm
cult.
saying is, to
Yeah,
me,
they are.
it looks like there's a seam there that you
That's
could
where I got my
easily,
serious one.
if you wanted to
Where I'm gonna
be
get
able
friggin'
to like.
chess set. I would love to get that.
Oh.
Oh, there's a seam on each side.
Yeah, because it would come
Oh, there,
off,
look,
right?
right there. It's coming apart already. I don't care if we want. I want to take it off.
Yeah,
now.
go ahead. I'm fine with that.
You know what? We need to
Well,
find
since
another. Like,
It's
Yeah.
it's too stiff on him anyways.
Oh, he's naked. He's got butt cheeks and everything.
They modeled butt cheeks for. Oh my god! They did. This is
Yeah,
like
look at it.
this is a claymation animator's dream or something, like to have something like this. You know, a made model like this already.
but you know what? We
Oh
need
wait,
to
we
find?
can't get over his head, can we?
No. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so
Whatever.
he's just snapped it. That's okay.
Wait, but this looks like it can kind of go back in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
look.
it does. I think
What?
it's supposed to come off.
It is supposed to come off. Look.
Really?
Because look, it's got an indent for this part.
Oh, I
that's,
bet you anything. I wonder if that was
it's
the
supposed to
package.
come off.
I wonder if the package had any other thing that the holes went, like he posed and got stood up and like those holes would.
Because they were
Yeah.
trying to make it the same as that. Like, They could have just
What, let me
given
see. What happened?
his, because he had
Where's his ding dong? I want to see.
he got nothing. He's like, this is a
I'm
girl.
joking. I just want to see what he looks like.
Kendall.
He's smooth.
He is smooth, unfortunately. Okay, now we can have his arms relax a little more naturally. Come on.
That's cool. You can put that back on him too, and you can also
Yeah.
give him a sock if you want to.
Yeah, you know what? Let's give him a whole different outfit. I bet you I can find an old clip. Here, I'm gonna go look for something. You guys discuss.
Oh my
His
god.
naked body now.
He's got a great crotch. But his butt is a little. He does have some cheeks though there, and even some little fatty love handles. Right there. Hey, he's got a pretty good shoulders actually on him. More than I expected. I thought Dobby was this little hunched over guy, like.
Yeah, I know.
So-
you would think that you would be like,
Yeah, a little more. Less built or something, because he looks like he's got.
well, he was,
Look at this old
That's
shit.
okay. Maybe it's just the way his
Give me
his posture is.
Give me him.
Like
Give me
his
him.
actual body is like. Okay. Jesus. Why doesn't your dad call me at all? He's just sleeping or what? I wonder. He's gonna be in trouble if he is. 'Cause
Why?
he
He's
has
a lot
Dylan
smaller
with
than
him.
This thing that I thought.
damn.
He's a Hogwarts student now.
That's
Isn't
cute.
this how big he would be for Harry? Like, because this was for like the stuffed doll a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is how tall he would. They got his size right and everything. That's crazy.
That's damn.
Continuity, man.
I thought it was a good find for $10.
It
I
is
thought
a
I
good
expected
find.
it to be more money, and I thought
It's even
$10.
a better find now that we can
dude.
take off this.
Hey,
Just imagine finding.
What?
hey, there was
Similar
one time where I
coloring of,
saw
Oh,
I
you know what
caught
sucks, though?
Dylan
It
with
seemed
one
like
of my
It
dolls,
doesn't
and
stay
he
very
like
well
had
after
the
you do
dress
that.
like
I thought I said that too. I told you
Well,
about.
yeah,
I saw that.
another time I saw, but there was some other time I saw him with my doll, and he had like the dress like
Pulled
Oh,
up.
yeah.
yeah. Let's not discuss that. Who
It's a little
cares?
funny.
What if he did
Oh my God, Lily, please
with this?
move on.
You never had this.
I'm just kidding
Why-
around.
Who put all these holes in him?
What do you mean? No one put the holes.
Does
That
he
was the
have this in the
company.
movie?
No.
Does he look like that?
These are for it to be flexible to breathe.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It also is
Excuse me.
probably how it got held. You know, like on spikes and it like dried or like they heated it, like whatever
I need to
kind of
collect the
shit.
cans, and I need to call Joey before he gets too tired to pick us up.
Damn, these upper bits are like just. I bet you that's where there are rods in there.
I
Like
gotta see him do sit-ups.
that's what's sad. He's so stiff.
Hey, would he like a girlfriend right here?
You know what? Give him a girlfriend. Yeah. What's her name from the Prudes? We'll take that book, Mom. When you have a chance, read it, because I
Alright.
think you'll love the story.
I was just thinking about how we were talking, because I don't know what we were talking about, but
Books.
I guess, but and as we were talking, I was thinking about how I love Labyrinth and the Helping Hands.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Those are the best things.
Can I give him a stand? Let's give him a stand.
She's like, oh.
Oh, I got him to stand.
She's perfect. I'm just kidding.
I just love tall dudes.
Yeah, you didn't put her in the right place. That's all.
I gotta put her right here.
Well, yeah, but your face. Yeah, okay.
She's stepping right there.
Mommy, does it match your nose? That's terrible.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. No.
Oh my god. Lily, you brought your sketchbook. Did you draw anything new this time?
No,
No?
I don't know what to draw in here.
I got an idea. Something new.
Yeah, goes to jail. What the heck?
Yeah, all these discs.
That's right. You know, there's a.
Oh,
there's a
Jake, I
house
need you
down,
to help
know,
me
Spring
put
Creek.
that thing up or whatever, the projector screen.
Oh yeah, I wanted
And
to
then-
get that thing also.
Yeah,
I
we
was
can
gonna
get
say.
that. in a minute.
But okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna-
Medea goes to jail. Miss,
You know, there's a house
Firecracker.
that you go down. Grandma goes down to get to our place, right? Usually the creek side, and there's a
Foreshadowing.
place there's a place there that always has a lot of things that says for free or whatever says free. And when we were walking past it one day, it looked like they had in the box they had there was like and they have stuff all the time outside this place that says free, but it looked like it was a thing of that holds discs, like, you know what I mean, and it just fills up. I don't know what kind. I was wondering. I was kind of curious.
We gotta decorate the wall with all these discs that are like unusable now and just.
Yeah, because they're pretty. And it was on the opposite side usually, or like where they reflect light. You know
yeah, we could like do something cool with it.
Yeah, I know. I think so too. And I have, you know what? I really want to do something with that. With the styrofoam
Dad's
thing.
gonna be upset that we had pizza without him.
I don't know what we're gonna say. Oh man, I wonder if he even made. I'm surprised he didn't.
He hasn't called or something?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. He probably just did the smart thing.
He's just engrossed in
oh
his
wait,
new
there
TV.
is a text I think here.
Wow.
Come home, bitch.
Well, I don't know. It's
No, just reply with "What up, bitch."
Oh, it's yours. That sounds awesome.
Because you resent it just now, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so great.
It's hilarious.
It is great. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
It's
I'm
great.
gonna call Joey though and tell him I'm tired. And I know he's tired because he closed last night and opened this morning.
You're gonna take that home?
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of everything else, but these few papers that describe everything of my personality and how someone can manipulate me,
Shut up.
totally gonna take home.
Well,
not
I
totally
pick a
No, I
side.
know. There's no way to manipulate anyone through that.
Okay.
Take a grain of salt with it.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
I'll see
Lily.
when you get here.
I meant those papers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and those papers. Don't
What?
take them by their complete word.
Okay. Okay, see you when you get here.
You're leaving that part? Isn't that part of it?
Thank you.
I guess.
Love you.
That could be leaving out crucial information all about your personality that you just don't understand about yourself yet.
Yeah, I guess.
Lily, if you wanted a personality sheet, I could get you the cloning document we have. Glad everyone else caught that joke, everyone. Great.
I missed one of these.
Because Lily's holding a piece of paper or like a packet that has like this thing that describes, her personality thing, like from a personality test thing and shit, right? And I said, Lily, if you wanted a personality sheet, like or analysis of your personality sheet, I could just pull up the cloning document we have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like she's like alone.
Yeah. You think she hasn't died before?
Only one of many.
This is your 30th clone, Lily. We don't have any other. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, exactly. So do something. Yeah. Shit, that surprised me. I need to tape that down again. Fucking thing. God, Dobby. Yeah.
She's sucking his.
I mean,
Up.
Well,
It was just
it looks
a
like it
joke.
from-
I mean, the implication is there, but your mind connected some dots, okay? Not the dots,
Yeah, he doesn't
but
even
some.
have a thing actually, right? So
Sure.
we
Mom, you've never seen a
established
mic.
he was-
I thought with Joey you saw a micro penis before.
Ha ha! Very funny. That's rude. Shut up.
What did you say?
He was joking.
Yeah, I'm just joking about
I wouldn't.
Joey's insecure little member.
Why did you say that? What? You've seen it?
don't say you're confirming anything, are you?
No,
Then
that's
there you go.
ridiculous. Besides, okay, actually, never mind. No, it's not what you're saying. I'm not agreeing with you at all. Okay, so shut up. That's rude.
Yeah, just watch what you say, Mom. Don't confirm anything.
Okay.
Everything here is clearly a joke.
Yes, I know.
Lily.
So, yeah. So there, Lily. So if you don't go. With
Oh, I meant Lily was the joke.
I have to find more.
You know what? I want that clock to start working again. That is a very surprised.
Where?
What the fuck are you talking about? Glass pane?
No, like you didn't get my joke.
Yeah, what was your joke?
Um,
Go ahead, explain it.
What?
I said the
Remember-
glass pane one, and then
I
she
was
went,
like,
what? Where?
where?
That's been what? The clock?
You didn't get.
Yeah, where's the joke? I'm missing it.
Entirely.
Because it's. Remember the time, like, I was, like.
Haha,
looking-
remember the time? We're talking about a clock. I get it. No,
No.
okay, go ahead.
Remember the time I was looking up when you wanted to show me something?
And then, yeah, I was like, yeah, and then you were like, where? Or, no, you just weren't looking. I get it now. Okay. Yeah, you're not looking where I want you to look. I get it now. Oh, yeah, and I said, yes, I remember it. I'm like, Lily, imagine, like, I'm just saying anything, and you go, where? Where? Looking anywhere but I need you to.
And I was just trying to do that joke again, like.
My
right
bad. It was a
now,
callback to a joke. I had forgotten that. But thank you, Lily. Thank you for enlightening me on a joke. I didn't remember. Now it's time to break your neck.
Want to hear a shark fact?
What? Go ahead.
Some species of sharks do where they sort of peek their heads out of the water, see what's above the surface. It's called sky hopping. And great white sharks do it all the time.
Sky hopping? Why do they call it hopping?
I don't know. This gave me so much serotonin for some reason. It looks like they forgot they can breathe underwater and they think they're drowning.
It does look that way because they're like,
Look at this!
ah!
Look at this!
That's so cute.
Rare image of a shark stepping on Lego.
Oh, that's great. Same energy, yeah. I definitely feel it.
My mom says it's my turn on the
Xbox. That's great. That's great. Hell yeah.
No, you can't keep him. Throw him back in the water. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta throw him back. No, you can't keep him. You can't keep him. No.
Oh, that's it? Oh.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Throw him in the water. No, you can't keep him. Throw him back in the water. Come on, we gotta go.
No.
We gotta throw him back. No, you can't keep him.
I swear I've seen an animated thing of that audio clip with something. But yeah, guys.
God, I just want
That
to
was
be
great.
creative, but
Oh,
all
shit,
my
I am loud.
energy Is being used to survive. This is one of those you put it into words kind of post. Right on. No, I will not do my stupid human task. I will stare at the ceiling and yearn for something I never feel.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Okay.
I have this writing style I like to call
What are you
uncertain.
doing?
Nothing.
You like patting your stomach a bit. Like,
It's where the narrator isn't really sure what
Okay.
they're talking about either. That is so powerful, and I want to write a short story in this style now. Thank you.
what
Part-
style?
Called uncertain. It's where the narrator isn't really sure what they're talking about either.
Oh,
The
it's
part-
like he's picking up a cup, a cylinder, something. He put it in a box, opened with a hinged, no, a latched door.
Here's an example. The park had been there for as long as I lived there, I think. I couldn't be sure. I was never one to go to the park anyway. Nobody has any clue what's going on. Self-aware, unreliable narrator.
I like that. It's like, and then Tommy said, "Why is the narrator constantly forgetting what everyone said?" And I tell the audience, "Well, things happen. Okay, you lose a few pages of a book. You know, I would love more of an excuse, like, Oh man, I had this one story, but I don't remember all the details because my mama hit me on the head too hard. That'd be dumb. That'd be real dumb.
Someone got their cat to use their toilet.
You mean as like an actual, like they're actually going?
Yeah.
I could see about tricking your cats with like something to put on top of a toilet. You know what, Jake? Why can't I just do that? Like put it above a hole. Lily, have you seen the new Hell of a Boss episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. Well, okay, tell me your thoughts about it first. Okay, come over here. Switch me seats.
I mean, I don't really
Shut up.
have.
Now talk. She's telling her thoughts about something. Go ahead, go.
I don't have much thoughts about it though.
Okay, well, tell me the few thoughts that you do have.
What are the thoughts on?
Oh, a show called Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss.
Shit, I just realized I left the can I was drinking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hell of a Boss, a show called Hell of a Boss.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's telling me. Yeah,
But
go
I
ahead, Lily.
just remembered something about
All right, then you do that. I'll listen to Lily about whatever this is.
I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not really a fan of like, of the show. Like,
But it's in the same world as Has Been Hotel.
I know that.
So aren't you excited to see some new parts of the world or anything like that?
Yeah.
What's your okay? I know they're not your favorite characters, period. So what are your favorite characters from that show? Hell of a Boss.
Sorry about the burger. Never mind. Sorry.
For some reason, I want to say Moxie. Like the one that's like has the same voice as Invaders. You
Yeah.
know.
Millie is his wife, right?
Yeah.
I love her. She's that cutesy package that is dangerous. I like that. A little unstable, but she's nearly all there. It's great. She's she's that cute thing that is supposed to be like dangerous, all that kind of thing. I like that. She's my favorite character. Jake, what's your favorite character from Hell of a Boss? My second favorite character is the owl girl from the second episode. The daughter.
Oh, Octavia.
Yeah, Octavia is amazing. I love her design. Like this emo kind of like teenager kind of look on an owl, like an elongated owl faced kind of bird creature. And they're ginormous.
I know.
Like the imps are like children's size, right? So it's like also the big imp, whatever his name is. What's the boss?
I think Blitz.
Yeah, Blitz. He's a bigger imp or whatever, right? But he he's kind of like a midget, not really like child size in the human world, right? So. Oh yeah, the human disguises thing in episode 3. That was great.
Yeah, but like I guess like imps don't have that like
No, they do, because there was that there was the succubuses, which are just imps, but like they have like that's their career.
Yeah.
So and they have human disguises.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
They just weren't aware.
That team, they just didn't have, our main team didn't have human disguises. And they were like, we're supposed to? Like, yeah.
Like, you have been running around up in the human world in like this.
And it's like, yeah, what's the problem?
It's like, what idiots?
yeah, like And also in that episode too, it's kind of I thought it was kind of implied that their business is illegal in hell uh cuz
Yeah, the
they don't
revenge. It's like revenge or whatever. But it like
yeah, or but and also I think like I thought it was also because they don't want people on earth to know that hell actually exists.
because then there people would be incentivized to actually avoid hell, right?
Yeah.
And not just end up there.
Yeah,
Like how they have been. So yeah, I could see why they. What the hell are you doing, Mom? Just silently waving Dobby around like he's a
His
wand.
eyes are following you. I think I heard the car. I'm not sure.
I feel like you hear things all the
You
time.
know what? I have good hearing sometimes. I hope you know. It's like I sense the smell. See, I heard the horn. Watch, that was him.
I didn't say you heard.
It smells really good.
Whatever. I wasn't saying Mom was wrong. I just was saying I feel you hear things all the time.
what?
Alright.
Heard that stupid baggie. Come on, I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
what we
Okay,
have.
sounds
I-
like
Can
you're
you
going.
just move it?
Here, yeah, take this garbage with
No,
you.
no. Give me a break. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna get a cut of
I
this.
already paid for the. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You'll see it later.
Alright.
When I get it.
Alright, read that book, Mom.
Also
Got it. Also what?
both of the shows I'm kind of excited to see more of heaven.
Yeah, I wanna. Like, is there. Don't spoil anything for me. It's okay. I'll watch the latest episode and I'll talk to you about it later. Alright, love you. Later. Alright, Jake, take your side.
Jacob
What?
reclaims his side. And we get back to discussing all the right things in all the right ways. Instead of us yelling constantly. And also you on the wrong side of the mic, I think. Ba 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 ba. See if does this talk just as loud if I talk to it on this side? I'm talking to it on this side. And now I'm talking to it on this side.
It's like not.
It's not as high, right?
No.
Yeah, so you were at distance just like the rest of us. Because you were like having it on this side and you're talking into it. And so me and Mom were probably heard fine, and then you're like.
Maybe. What's that? Something happened?
Wow. Okay, there we go. I was just waiting to talk till it came back. And it sounds like it came back. My mic unplugged. And also, yeah, it sounds like they're coming back in because that wasn't Joey. That's hilarious. So they're going to come back in. Our guests have not left yet. I that's what I heard just from where I'm sitting, so I don't know. If they come back in, they come back in. I don't know. Whatever. I rewatched this thing recently, especially this morning because that's when I watched it. It's called Board James, and it's by the same guy who does AVGN, James Rolfe. I think that's his last name. And his channel is called Cinemassacre.com, and that's where me and you watched a few videos of his about movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the movie Caligari. That's the one I was like, you want to see a movie that's like a century old, I said, and you were like, the hell is that? Like, what's it about? And I said, oh, I have the perfect video for you. And then there you go.
Yeah. And then he explained it pretty well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he wouldn't have posted it, I think, otherwise. Or if he did, he would have posted a different video saying, like, I feel I haven't explained it well enough. Like, you know, he does that kind of thing like from time to time, where if he does feel like he fucked up on a subject or didn't explain it good enough. Oh, Jake. Okay, I have something that just popped into my head. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so I watched this thing called Board James, and it was the final episode of the series for now. And he says for now because he wants to do more of Board James. And there's a lore, a myth like that he created to the idea. And honestly, dude, it's something that I feel like could get picked up for a TV series if he felt like pitching it to
Someone.
a studio or a network or something. Because it's so good. I need you to watch that too because I can't explain it very well. And he goes through it himself, explaining his lore, his theory about it, and everything, which is great. And that's why I kind of want to show you that, but I also want to watch the latest episode of Hell of a Boss, like I just said to Lily, and also recently, like I said, like talking about recent stuff, and it came to my mind just now. I got past this one part in Hollow Knight. I finally got past it, and I have killed all of the guys who have their faces as their symbol on the door or whatever, holding the prince or the king or whatever it is. Now, I'm nowhere ready to face the final boss.
Nowhere near ready.
Nowhere near ready, in my opinion. I mean, I guess I could by now, like, go and face him. That means, but I feel I'm not ready yet. I don't know though. I might. I don't know, man. It's a big.
If.
It's a big maybe, yeah, because there's no like going back in a save file. Like when you save, it just saves to the file that you're on, not like so. To get back to this point, I'd have to play another playthrough of it, which means grinding, like all that stuff, and I don't want to have to, or like just going through the areas again, like without certain powers. And dude, there were plenty of powers that I should have had in some areas, but I didn't, and I got so much further than anyone thinks you could in those areas, or like at least from what I remember researching about them, because when I was like, how do you get to this part, like they showed like, okay, to get to this part you're gonna need these like this power, and you gotta go here, gotta go here, gotta go here, gotta go here, and I'm like, Jesus, why the fuck, how the fuck did I get here without those powers? Like
You just willed it.
I did. I made my hand hurt like through like that one technique, like pushing down and striking to like go off of the nails. Remember that? Remember that area I was in? And I was like fucking up with that, and
Yeah, that's how
that shit's crazy, man.
That's how I did it through fucking Horizon Zero Dawn a lot of the time.
Where you just kind of willpowered it, but you should have had other things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was like,
luckily, it doesn't break the game. Like
I know.
I like that. I like that the Hollow Knight, it makes it more rewarding, more of like with like you should have only gotten here with these, but it's possible to get here without them, and it's like, oh hell yeah. Some areas are just like straight up impossible to do without certain powers. Like,
You know, I kind of noticed the pattern with the really old games that you showed me with AVGN and stuff.
oh yeah,
That they're like really impossible to get by.
yeah. It just was like
Because I thought nowadays it's like, don't you have to like, doesn't the developer have to be able to beat their own game in order?
But now, yeah, like, I mean, maybe they could beat it because they dedicated to like things that they were used to or memorized or whatever, right?
But the game guide stopped at level 4. It sounded like for the Dennis the Menace.
Oh, the Dennis the Menace one, yeah.
Yeah,
Where
and I'm just
that's
like,
a walkthrough from a guy on the internet. It sounded like who just couldn't get past level 4. It sounds like.
and it's like, Jesus.
It's like, holy crap. Or he just stopped after level 4. Like, when level 4 hit, he was like, I'm done with this shit for the rest of my fucking life.
Dude. Okay, so speaking of video games and stuff, I was actually wanting to get the trophies for The Last of Us Part 2 and stuff for the trading cards and stuff like that, and the journal entries. And I was also looking at the permadeath and grounded mode, how to get those trophies. And they on the PlayStation network stuff or trophies, it was like, yeah, so if you want the easiest way to get these trophies, go into the accessibility settings, turn these on, infinite breath, and like invisible, like while prone, while not aiming. And I'm like, why didn't I know about this?
Yeah, that sounds... I don't know. I mean, if you want the achievements, then go ahead. But I'm not much for, like, the digital trophy kind of guy.
Yeah,
The only thing that I feel like I really do want to do that with, like, get a 100% on the trophies for a game, is the achievements in Minecraft. Because those things are, there's early game, which everyone gets, like getting wood, all that stuff, you know, ice bucket challenge, which is going to the nether, all that shit. And fucking, like, that shit's fine and easy and dandy and well known, but it's
my
like...
greatest ones were getting the your first enchantment. And
Yeah.
I was
Or now... like, what's the one, like,
You brewed a
now we're
potion.
cooking or something like that?
I like you brewed a potion.
You tamed an animal. You bred every animal in the game. You know, stuff like that. That shit's real good. Or you tamed every animal in the game. Stuff like that. Or you've covered blah 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 amount of distance in the game. You played this many days in Minecraft in a row.
You went this way straight forward in a minecart.
Yeah, this distance in a minecart. I love that. Or when pigs fly, you rode a pig while it fell. Like it took fall damage or whatever. Yeah, all that stuff. Man, I feel like we already know a lot, but that's not all of them. There's so many now that I have no idea of, and
There's
I would
over
love
100 trophies.
to... Now in Minecraft?
Yeah, there's over 100 trophies to earn.
You know what? I do want to try that. I want to try at some point, like a day where I just go, yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to get every achievement. And I'm going to have a goal, do it. You know, do that shit. I would love to do that. There are also different achievements on different versions of Minecraft, right? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think so. It feels like there is. But yeah. Oh, I should have commented on Lily's yellow ass ears.
I thought you did at the beginning.
Oh, well, I don't think I recorded it, but now I did. Damn, that conversation lasted at least like 2.5 hours.
I got 66% of the trophies for
In
The Last of
Minecraft?
Us.
The Last of Us. I was
yeah.
gonna say Minecraft, dude. How do you have 66%?
20. I have 23% for Minecraft. There's 127 available, and I earned 41.
Yeah, but that's easy pickings, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's all the easy early game stuff. But end game, ooh.
Damn, I have more trophies for The Last of Us Part 2 than the first one, because the first one has a lot of the trophies based on the factions, and I don't like playing multiplayer.
Oh, yeah, that shit's stupid.
I hate that.
I hate it when, trophies are linked to a multiplayer element when its multiplayer element is going to be gone. It's going to be like, those are impossible to have. And so having them makes you a bigger achiever, I guess, but or maybe a sadder life. I don't know. Like, how would you describe it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, I just want to see.
Either way, man, it like, I need to get. Oh man. I don't know. The first thing I pulled up on here was to do the podcast on the computer. I updated it too. Like, it was wanting an update for like the longest time, and I didn't know it had it. It had a like it paused for one. One of them was paused, and I don't know what made it like anything pause it when I specifically shut it down one of the times and updated it to update. And then it had it paused, and then I thought, oh, it updated, so why is it showing that? And I went to check, and then suddenly it brings up that it paused one of them, and then when I let that finish, it said, now it needs a manual permission for a restart. Do you want to restart it now or schedule a restart? And I was like, oh, restart it now. I'm not doing anything on it. The whole point of me doing that was to, like, have it updated and stop this shit in my face. And it finally did it. There you go. But yeah, dude, I find myself I find myself really intrigued by some of the things on Disney Plus, I mean. Like, there's one thing, whoa. That's real interesting. But anyways, there's this real interesting Pixar short called Loop. Did I show you that at all? Man, I wish Mom and Lily were still here because I showed them, and I wanted to know Mom's thoughts because Mom started crying in the middle of it. It's a short called Loop, and it's only like 4 to 5 minutes long. That really speaks volumes of like how like emotional it is, and also kind of how accurate it is, honestly. But it's about an autistic girl who's nonverbal, and she's at camp, and she gets paired up with someone who doesn't normally deal with her, and no one ever has to say in the short that she's autistic, but that's what it's about. It was confirmed by the people who wrote it and everything, and all that. So yeah, that's the point. Like, and it was performed by a actual nonverbal autistic woman who did a very good job. And Mom acted like, oh, they're just manipulating audio. And I'm like, you still have to get that stuff. I'm sure that she has a better understanding than you think, like, to what she's doing. Because the woman who's recording it is a full-grown woman, right? Like, she's an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she's gone through her life to learn and understand when she's being talked to, all that stuff, right? And and she knows what imagination, I bet, is, and picturing things and like pretending and all that, or even scenarios, all that stuff. Like, I'm sure that she is capable of acting, and Mom just made it like kind of a weird comment about it, and I wish she was here so she could like talk about it more with us, because she was there but she started crying in the middle of it because of how accurate it was to, like, honestly, how Dylan acted. And I watched it on my own before I showed them. And I knew, like, oh, this is going to get Mom. Because at the end, honestly, it was starting to get me. Like, I almost cried, but I didn't. And that's just because I'm a man. No, but honestly, right after that, because the way I found out about it, Jake, and who played the character and everything, was this video that was like Loop, like just talking about Loop, and then they also talked about how they had a video of another short called Flight or something. What's it called? Float, and that's about a dad and his son, and how his son flies, and it's mostly dialogue free, but the only line that's ever said oh, this is harsh. Is I don't actually. I'm a big man about spoilers, and you know what? It's very emotional what's said, but it's the only thing that's said. So I want to say that and just that for you, Jake, because I'm a big man about atmosphere, and I know you don't care for spoilers, but I am like watch it, yeah. But Loop is really good and everything. Um, the only thing, uh, like it's very realistic in its portrayal, like really, really hardcore. It's great. Uh, and it's a lot shorter than it feels. It feels a little longer than it is. Like, cause I watched it twice and I still felt like, man, that felt like a whole 10 minutes on its own. But like, it felt twice as long as the short is, and it's like, nope. The rest of the stuff here is credits. You know, it says it's 10 minutes long, but it's not. It's like 5 minutes, and then it's got like 5 minutes of credits because they want you to be able to read it, and there are not many credits, so they like kind of pad out the time. But yeah, both of those are really good, and I like them. You have anything that you watched recently that is weird like that?
Not recently, to be honest.
You've been rewatching some animes. And some
Yeah.
other shows too.
Well, I've been rewatching My Hero Academia, and Sarah's watching. Well, I just catch the parts that Sarah's watching because she's rewatching it in the dubbed, and I just recently came in to see her watching when Deku meets the photographer dude, and
She's that far already?
yeah, and well, when I'm not watching it with her,
She's just binging it, right?
she tends to skip boring parts. Well, the boring parts that if she's already watched the medium, then
She knows the fat. She's
Yeah.
cutting the fat.
yeah, she's cutting the fat that she just wants to get to the good bits that she likes and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
And
But also, I feel like
it's not my way of watching stuff.
yeah, when I
but
rewatch stuff, I watch stuff still in full.
I know it's not
That's
my.
so interesting.
But anyways, it's not my way of watching things, but it's her way. So anyways, I just see
yeah,
her.
that's very interesting.
And the dude is like talking to Deku like, yeah, I had a hunch that you are the new symbol of peace. And it's like, damn. He knows. He's fuck. And then he like takes like a selfie with him, and he's like, as he's walking off, he's like, you know what? I've already thought of a title for the book that I'm gonna write about you. The years when the new symbol of peace, the young years of the new symbol of peace. And it's like, Deku's like, I'm not gonna let you down.
Yeah, and he was like, haha, I know you won't.
And then Uraraka is like fucking right there at the window, and she like comes out and is like, hey, what were you guys talking about? And Deku's like, oh, nothing really. And then she smells the treat that All Might had brought. And then she completely forgets about the photographer, and they go in and enjoy food.
Yeah.
But anyways, the guy was just he was just not wanting to lie to his readers about. He told Deku, I'm gonna keep your secret, but I just didn't want to lie to my readers about that there's still light in the hope, even in the retirement of All Might.
Yeah. All Might is. Uh,
All might have been the pillar, but it's
it's because he was holding up for the future.
Deku's not going to be the new pillar. He's going to be the connector, the connecting piece to all these heroes who are going to be really great.
I don't know if people are gonna recognize All Might's powers in Deku. Is the thing.
As when he gets stronger and stronger,
Yeah.
and when he unlocks more power, apparently. Because I thought I heard that he unlocks new abilities.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's because of the fighting style. Deku's fighting style is so different. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to recognize... They may recognize the same oomph from his moves, but they won't recognize it's All Might's.
Well,
Or just the one for all.
yeah. He just, they don't know it's one for all that they're passing down. But, I just like how the guy is like, I know that you're All Might's successor somehow, because in the early on of Deku, he was trying to copy All Might, but then when All Might retired and was like, when he was like coming through the classes when they were doing the ultimate moves, he was like, hey, you're still copying, you're still trying to imitate me. Knock that off, think about that. Try to make your own style.
Yeah.
And then he walked off. I like that. And he was like, wait, what? Deku had to ponder about that. And it's like, dude, think. Use your brain. That's your...
The only thing that I could see was the Thousand Fists thing. What was that from?
I don't know. That was amazing.
Dude, that was like a giant wall of fists.
Yeah,
I like how they all came out red.
Yeah.
You like that? I love how they all came out red, like they were hot from meteors.
One Punch Man
styles.
vibe.
Yeah, fucking vibes.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's weird listening to the English dub.
Of
since-
what?
of
One
the-
Punch Man?
No. Well,
Oh,
yes.
you mean My Hero? One Punch Man's English dub is so weird. I mean, it
Whoa.
adds to the humor though.
Well, I rewatched, and when I first watched the third and fourth series, they were Japanese dub.
Oh, you mean of
My Hero Academia?
You
Yeah.
mean there's the English dub now
Yeah.
of the fourth season?
Well, she's watching the third season right now.
Well, you said 4, so I thought
4 is where they get Eri, right?
yeah, and have the super gentle criminal. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the English.
So that's why I'm surprised because
Yeah,
I thought that
the-
came out not too long ago. So I was like, they got the English dub already? What the fuck?
Yeah, the English dub is up already because the 5th season is
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you believe it's been like a year since the 4th?
I can't believe that it's been since 2014 since My Hero Academia came out. It's awesome.
Yeah, that shit is
It's rising really.
really quickly. That's because it's good. It
Yeah.
just is good. It's an amazing concept.
It's with superheroes. That's why.
It allows for such goofy imagery too, like the dragon woman who she turns into a dragon, right?
Yeah.
She turns into a dragon, she talks, and she's just this goofy long-armed or long-necked thing talking, and her face is stretched out like it's Photoshop kind of thing, and she's got sharp teeth, and she's just talking, but she's talking with a normal woman voice, and I'm like, this is goofy as shit.
To me, it just reminds me of X-Men.
It does remind me of X-Men a lot. X-Men Evolution, especially. Because that was one of the few shows I remember feeling so it was well done and thought out.
But like the powers,
Oh yeah, the powers.
like just remind me of like
Oh,
because they're
consequence to the powers. I like consequences, limitations.
yes, I love that the powers are grounded.
There's a lot of groundedness. I don't like when powers are just constantly like, I'll grow in power, I'll 10 times my power, blah blah blah. Early Dragon Ball was exactly that, like grounded powers, grounded magic, or magic existed, but it was like you had to do this thing. You have to have this. Like, there were
Eat your
like
pizza.
requirements or things to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were pizzas out.
Kind of.
Who is ever completely pizzaed out
I just can't have a whole pizza.
right now? I get you, dude. That's why I didn't buy you a whole pizza. I bought
Yeah.
myself a whole pizza.
Good.
I honestly made a mistake a few days ago when I bought wings, a 32 piece, and ate it all myself. And then also had slices of pizza all in one fucking sitting.
They're like,
No, I seriously, like, I felt it, dude. I was like, because I was still mentally hungry, but then when I tried eating, my tongue and body
you
was
were
like,
like Billy in when he was transported.
yes, to that weird realm. Yeah. I couldn't stuff it down because
How we battle.
when we fade, like I like that. That's also Invader Zim, voice actor. I saw his face recently. Not like, I just mean like in general. I never knew what he looked like, right?
Mm.
So I just knew that like those voices or whatever he did. And then and then he did this thing where he was like, "We're gonna give some voices to like cartoon characters that pop up," and I thought, okay, that's interesting. So I watched it, and it's so interesting how he doesn't sound like either Zim or Billy. And I'm like, well, this guy does the voices? Okay. But then when he does them, it's like, yep, that's him. That's the guy. There you go. It's so funny.
Wow.
I don't know. That was a while back, too. I don't remember much else other than the way he looked. I don't remember what he said or what he was doing or what voices he gave, what characters in that video. I just was like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he looks like. And I was just surprised. He looks like a really fun dad. Like, he doesn't look like one of those super buff dads. It just like what I mean is like he's got like the body of a dad, like those dad bods where he's got like he's that marshmallow shape kind of like and stuff like but he's got glasses and he's got short brown hair and he's got facial hair, and the way it all like came together made it look like, man, you're like you got the face and glasses of a librarian dad, but you got the body and vibe of a cool dad. Like I don't know, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain more than that. I feel like ending the podcast here because we had like long, interesting discussions with Mom coming in, storming in. $50 mistaken for 20. Bullshit. Then also plenty of Lily's thoughts, not said sarcastically at all. I don't know. Next time I do want Lily to have a lot more of a discussion with the rest of us too. I mean, she had a good discussion with you about something which I'll hear about when I listen back to this, but because I was gone.
It wasn't
Me and
much.
Mom were off on an adventure.
Yeah, it wasn't much of that we talked about.
I don't know. It could have been a lot more than you think. We were out for like a whole 10 minutes or whatever, like a whole 15 minutes. It felt like, definitely.
Well, I did try to go back to like talking about the drawings of like the church and stuff because I wasn't in here when you were talking about that with her.
Yeah, and then what'd she say? I remember she told me, like, I don't remember. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. You'll hear it back.
Yeah, I will hear it
I
back.
can't remember what I said.
Yeah, we don't need a recap for the viewers or listeners or whatever. It'll be for me.
Yeah.
When I listen back. Man, a lot did happen in this time around. I think especially because the energy was up high with Mom in the room, and I just like that's the type of comedy I want Aaron to have on stage. I want someone who says ridiculous things. Like I was the fool in that, like I guess the group right there, right? Because I was saying something stupid, and I don't know, like the time zone thing is fucking interesting if that's like, because that's like it's just jet lag. It was a British soldier who was like, oh, what lazy pricks. It's like, okay, look, man, we're jet lagged. We travel different time zones.
No, it
Fuck
was
you.
It was someone. It was someone else noticing Londoners, like
Oh,
they were sleeping during the day, and it's
oh,
like-
that's interesting. Okay, so I got it backwards. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I got it backwards. Whatever.
yeah. He saw them sleeping during like
Good
half-
daylight hours, like half the
it's
summer
like-
day, and it's like,
What are you doing? It's like whatever time it is.
the sun's out. Everyone get the fuck up.
So it's like, all right, daylight savings. Well, I'm gonna come up with something about that, or I don't know. I don't know what his thoughts were. I just think that we should get rid of it because, yeah, farmers don't like it because it doesn't really help their animals. Animals don't follow it.
But that's a totally different clock. That's an internal clock.
I know,
And that's not consistent. I'll tell you that.
And I will tell you this: humans are not supposed to follow this like 8 hours a day thing. We can sleep and get up whenever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
For a healthy, relaxed mindset with not like other non-stressors, 8 hours of sleep is a pretty good meditation time. Honestly, that's honestly what I think it is. It's like it's nature saying like, okay, meditation time. You know, like I don't know.
If it's a natural 8 hours, fine. It's a natural 8 hours.
But yeah, alarm clocks, all that shit, very unhealthy.
Yeah, like it's very unhealthy to suddenly wake your brain and your heart startle your heart like that. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, it is.
Long-term trauma.
Yeah, it does.
Cause I've seen some posts like, you know, we laugh at those posts like, oh shit, I'm late for school. No, wait, it's fucking weekend. Wait.
I'm an
I'm
adult.
an adult.
Yeah. I'm out of school, period. Yeah, it's
Psychological torture.
it is psychological torture. It's unfortunate.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't mean to end it.
No,
on
yeah,
that
we don't
note.
mean to end it in a sour note.
I just think it's
You know, that's the part we're coming away from is like I learned something. I was just trying to advocate. I thought there was something more to it than just that. That is so much simpler than I had initially thought it was. I thought it was like
know.
if we had a digital clock that ran at a tick that was specifically eventually it would run out of sync. But Mom was right. That would happen gradually and all that stuff.
and you know, speaking on it, simply it is what it is. I was thinking about The Last of Us.
Yeah, let's talk about The Last of Us. The least depressing subject ever.
Yes. And like how the last thing that Ellie remembers of Joel is that conversation, right? Like, about how Joel saved Ellie and Ellie didn't want that. And I'm thinking, Ellie, you have to kind of take it for what it is, He has unconditional love for you. And he even said it right then and there. If the Lords could give me that chance all over again,
I'd do the same fucking thing. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Are these supposed to have yogurt on them? I remember at one point it was dried, like purposely dried or baked yogurt on top of cookies, or some sort of cookie at one point.
I don't know.
It looks like these are the type.
They kind of do. Can
they
they
say
be
even-
refrigerated if they're yogurt?
I don't know, dude. Look, they could have been
Anyways.
refrigerated. That's the point. Is like refrigerating them anyways would dry them out, and then they would be a dry food or whatever. I don't know.
But the thing that like we overanalyze is like Joel's reason for saving her. It's like, oh, like even if they did make a vaccine, how would they get it? Blah blah blah. And it's like, no, he loved her like a daughter. He will defend her like a daughter. If anybody harmed his daughter, oh Lord help me.
Lord help them.
Oh Lord help them. Like but anyways, and then Ellie's reasoning for being mad at him is a very valid reason.
But it's also like still kind of
Well, she said that I was supposed to die on that table. My life would have mattered. Her life, she wanted her life to matter, and he didn't give her that chance. And honestly, it's like it wouldn't have been like I don't know. I would have said even if like it was against your will.
Honestly, actually, it's better if they found.
Okay.
Just have kids, because they'll eventually be immune in some way. There'll be forms of it that us humans will evolve and eventually become immune to it. And even if we don't, guess what? We will find true and tried methods that will work out to be fighting so naturally against these things, right?
That they can take one of her eggs. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Inseminate it.
and she doesn't have to carry the child if she doesn't want to.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's literally how like a procedure, and those still exist, I bet, in some way in that world. There's no way it doesn't.
Like if they were gonna make a vaccine, why couldn't they do that? I don't know. But even if they could
Yeah, that's
do
my
that,
question too, right? Like,
but like the bite was like right here. Why couldn't they take samples right there? Did they really have to cut into the brain? That's my question. That's a very amateur.
yeah, that's what everyone is saying. Is like, it sounds amateur. Like, it sounds like someone who is.
But I totally understand the reasoning of like if I don't know. Doctors are like obsolete. What if he was like studying really hard, like with all the books that were non-molded or like
Yeah,
non-destroyed?
he did not have the ethics of a doctor, because a doctor wants every ounce and chance they have having a living patient.
Yeah, they don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah, there's no sacrificing involved. It's not a ritual to sacrifice anybody.
Yeah.
If anything, it's always a ritual to save somebody.
Doctors will try to find a way to save.
At least the ethics of a doctor should be that.
Yeah.
Not the money, like how a lot of them are out there nowadays.
I hate how a lot of people are like. A lot of doctors are like in where more religious things are involved. They're
I
like
hate that shit too.
they're like, yeah, we would rather risk the mother's life to save the babies, and it's like the baby
no,
is
you should
not.
want every and any chance you have to both of them surviving if you have the chance, right?
Or if anything, the baby has and just my saying it, the mother has an established life. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, does the baby
Look how
have a
barely
social?
covered this cookie is. That's
I know. It's like, I don't know.
That's disappointing.
If anything, you would want to try to save both. In the end.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. I hate those anyways.
You know what's a happier note?
What?
I just looked over at that Spider-Man thing we have on the wall.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the Miles Morales thing of him doing Sign with that girl.
Oh yeah.
I love that. But it's a little too cheesy with him, like, keeping the scarf and them flirting like that. The words, like, looks better on you. I doubt it, like that stuff. And it's like, I don't know. It just felt super cheesy. But I get it. Like, it definitely holds the atmosphere of what Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
Cheesy, romantic beauty.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So let's go more on a happy note. Hell of a Boss apparently is doing well enough to have multiple episodes. It sounds like there are many coming in. And I'm glad to say that this is the fourth or fifth? Fourth, probably the fourth one. I don't know which one it really is. I just know this is the latest one, and I want to watch it along with a few other things. So let's get right into that. It'll be great. Be fucking awesome. But yeah. Oh yeah, the new logo thing. I'm really trying to find a look and stuff and color palette that would be a lot more pleasing to the eye, because honestly this is like, there's so many clashing things to this. I mean, we all have the same pigment, we all have the same, but the shading or tone, like, I have very brownish orange from what I see, and you have very brown. You don't have an orange beard like I meant to have you. And Lily's is a little too blonde. She's a little more brown than that now. I mean, right?
Little, yeah.
Yeah, she's just pure yellow there. So I'm gonna do a few changes to that. So that's something I'm trying to do. And like I said, like, I constantly just have to tell myself, this is temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary, and I can change it later, and I get shit done that way. I was listening back to one of our other podcast episodes, and there's so many things I find funny in our discussion, because at first I was just listening to them to get the gist of what we were talking about, and then I just got wrapped up in our conversations. Like, I just was listening to myself talk with you, and it's so interesting, because half of it I feel like I know what I'm going to say, and then I say what I mean, but not the same words as I thought I was wanting to say it in, or wanting to say it in now. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I don't have the exact same words or whatever, but I do have I do have the same thoughts.
Yeah.
You should listen back to some of them, because I feel like half of it is obviously going to feel like it's you just listening to me.
Probably.
But yeah. Jay, I want you to be the one with a closing statement. Or, you know what? Tell me your thoughts on the artist. Who's that guy who does the poems 2 and 5?
Oh, Shane Kozan?
Yeah, please tell me your thoughts about that. And then, because that is something emotional enough on both ends that I'll feel comfortable ending the subject on the podcast.
The 1 in 5 poem is about my thoughts on it. When I heard it, I thought about Sarah, because like the comparison, wanting a phone number that everybody wants to know, to like so everybody can talk to, or somebody that can talk to, because there's not enough people sometimes in our inner circle to hear the darkest thoughts. Maybe, I don't know, there's those but it's a really beautiful poem. I think it's a really short poem, but it's a really emotional one. Like, the really good ones are really short, I think.
We learned that about movie runtimes.
Yes.
We looked at some of the greatest films we know, and they're all like an hour and a half. And it's like, whoa, that feels like a 2-hour movie, you know? Like, there's so much emotional roller coaster shit that happens.
But just like the
But yeah, that
Loop,
poem.
uh,
Oh, Loop, yeah,
Yeah.
like I was saying.
it's very emotional but very short.
If you have the right subject and execute it the right way, you can make it feel like it has depth beyond its initial display, like beyond what you first see, because then it makes you think about it, and then it's got layers.
Yeah.
Got any other thoughts?
There are other really good poems by him. My favorite is
What's that
the
Snow Angel one? Sorry, I just
Snow
wanted-
Angel one.
Yeah, where he's like, she made the best snow angels
I
because she spread her legs so wide. I was like, no.
I don't know. I can't.
I thought that was
I'm-
like the love story one where he was talking about like now and then, right? Then and now or something like that.
Probably. I need to listen.
Yeah, we need to find that one. I'll
Yeah.
find the title for that one. But what's your favorite one?
The one about heaven or whatever.
Heaven?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
So his grandfather had asked him, "What would your heaven be like?" Because I believe I believe heaven is different for each person, for the individual. And Shane was like, "I don't really believe in heaven, in that." And it was like, "Oh, well, anyways, be good." And it's like, and all right, I will. And then once his grandfather had passed away, he was like, I wish I would have been to the hypothetical then, just to maybe ease your mind to let you know I might have been going to the same place as you would have been. And then he describes his grandfather he was like, I don't have a heaven, but I know what yours would be. And then he just goes in to describe what his grandfather was like, and stuff like that. And then he said, but when he gets to the, but if I did have a heaven, I wish mine would have a post office, so I would be able to send letters to yours. And the first letter would be, "Hell's not so bad. They pretty much let you do whatever." And it's really
Dude,
great.
I feel like you summed it up pretty well.
Yeah,
Because I remember listening to it recently.
yeah, and it's actually it's really good.
It's really good. What's the one? I love the ones where he gets angry, like in his performance. You
Yeah.
know, he gets angrier and angrier and angrier, and then it reaches.
There's this one
point.
called "Crickets Have Arthritis," and he talks about his time in the hospital with his hospital roommate.
Yeah, and they have cancer, right?
Yeah. And then
And he was in the hospital.
and then he does like one live performance. He does like shout, and then because to emphasize.
It's also because I bet you he really is thinking hard about it.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
And then it like gets quiet, and then he
Oh
like,
yeah, I love that. And there's one live performance where he has a violinist who's
yeah,
live reacting to what he's doing, and it's great.
I know.
Oh, oh, I'm surprised he doesn't have a partner. If he doesn't, I mean,
Who knows?
That's the thing. He could be keeping it very private. Like
Yeah.
once he has it, he's like, yes, like because he did the love story one. And I remember that one very clearly.
The one that the one I keep thinking of probably when you keep mention love is more time than often. More often than sometime.
Yeah, that's where he was like,
Something.
you build snow angels, you build them holding hands, build them side by side, like that one. That one kind of encompasses with the love story one too. I think it's because he is taking from the experiences of like the same person and applying them into both.
Probably.
Because obviously they're gonna cross over, I bet, and it also shows how real some of, if not most of the stories he's telling.
Yeah.
Now the thoughts are obviously a lot more complex than I think he's giving his kid self the credit for, right? Like I think it's because he recognizes those old thoughts and where his mind was and has the articulation to bring them up in this way poetically. And I think that's great, right?
I remember this one live performance. He was talking about how his grandma was like, "Oh, here are your books or journals or whatnot." She called them diaries.
Oh, diary. But they're books for like school, right?
He was like, "Those are journals."
Yeah, he's a big guy, so I can imagine him like doing that. It's kind of comedic.
Yeah. So he describes his kids. He describes his kid self when he was like in that he had dark thoughts and stuff, like a gem, like a geode. There were dark, like
Oh, like there are dark spots to it,
yeah,
but
but
they're
there was shine to it. Like there was one. The teacher asked me if I jumped off the bridge, or if I jumped off a bridge, or if my friends jumped off a bridge, would I follow them? And I said no. Well, not right away, at least. I'd wait until everybody else jumped off, so there would be a nice pile of bodies for me to land on
wow.
and walk away safely.
Yeah, he has a bit of like that morbid humor.
And I'm like, wow, that's actually really funny.
It is funny. Great comedic material.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Shane Kozan and his poems.
We're gonna have more thoughts about it because I feel like we're gonna rewatch some of them soon,
Yeah.
and discuss them more. Because honestly, he came back into my life because you showed me him a long time ago, and I only then recently discovered him again, because he was randomly played in my thing, right? Like, just like letting it autoplay, and then he was in a recommended video for auto playing next when we were listening to music together, and then we put it on together, and then we started watching it, and then I put him on at work, and then now I've been getting him tons of times, and it's great. So he came back into my life. But years ago, you showed me him. I remember that, and it was great.
Yeah, I remember I discovered this one with I want to say wolf animatic,
Animatic
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
and it was called When I Was a Kid, and it was really good.
I love the animated stuff people do to his stuff.
Yes.
Like anything that I catch a glimpse, because most of the time I'm listening to him, right? That's the experience I'm getting most of the time from him. Is I'm just laying down or sitting around or even at work, just listening rather than paying attention to the visuals. But the visuals nearly always complement what is happening in his speech, in his things, in his poems, and it's great. And as an animator, especially when I see animated stuff, I'm just like, oh, that communication. It gets me. It makes me feel so good inside. It makes me feel so motivated, you know? There's a drive behind that, and like just an inspiring, even if it wasn't like high effort, like whoever made some of those stuff, like it inspired me way more than I think it, like they thought it would inspire anybody, right?
Like the wolf one, it wasn't the greatest in like style,
or like I guess maybe in line work or stuff like that, right? But it might be the greatest in communicating what he was saying, right?
Yeah.
And the emotion of it, or even just because the audio complemented the video and the video complemented the audio, like it just made it better, right?
I did like I liked the style for when I was like for the title when I was a kid, because it was like kid drawing, like they discovered the animation programming and stuff like that, and they started doing that kind of stuff, and it looks, I say, for the effort, it A+.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. You know, Danny, Don't You Know is a great example of like what I feel is a poem put into like kind of a rock song. Hey little Danny, don't you cry. I am you from much later in your life. I know your hair is wild. I know you have no style. You're still a virgin and you will be for a while. Fucking great. And if you just spoke it, like spoken word, like that shit, dude, some people would just think it's poetry, you know? It straight up is. Hey, little Danny, don't you cry. Everyone feels weird on the inside. You know, it's like, whoa.
Hell yeah.
Like, you give it pauses, you let the audience absorb what you said. And the pause, like a part of poetic performances, is way more important than some people give credit.
I think that's where Calculon was getting his dramatic pauses for. Because like maybe
The weight in the silence.
yes.
The anticipation of his next words.
Yes.
It's like, you slut, I love you. And it's like, oh. You know, like, it's a bit comedic, but that's totally Futurama for you, you know, like, I'm trying to think of another example, like, Calculon. It's like, were you, okay, who else are you, you, talking about? You know, it's like, or if he went and then he said his character's name, then that would mean he's talking about his character. Like, the pause, I guess, like, it leads anticipation, all that stuff. But you need to use it appropriately. You can't just use it, like, everywhere, like Calculon does.
Yeah. I think that's what made it really funny for.
He was also kind of a parody of, what's his name? Kirk from Star Trek.
Yeah.
The weight of this rocket is too much to bear. You know, like, my arms are giving out. Darla, save me, Darla. You know, it's, I don't know, that shit. I'm not mimicking it well, but like that's the gist of the joke. Is it Kirk? Is that his name? The Captain Kirk, right?
Yeah.
That's the original. And then the Next Generation was Picard. Yeah, that's what I thought. How is it that I memorize those names, but I can't memorize any kind of names in my day-to-day fucking life?
I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Am I autistic? No, I believe, like, if I was, they would have found it in the test or whatever they do. What you get tested for when you're really young. That's the best time to notice it, I guess. Whatever. And with all the shit I had when I was younger, there's no way they didn't try.
Yeah, they probably.
They probably did. I'm not surprised that they did. And I clearly, like, am not autistic. I don't know.
A kid is angry, and it's like you're not
You know,
listening.
I actually love how nowadays it's recognized as a symptom and a reaction of depression. And so it could have been like I was just super depressed, and also like constantly it was a reaction because people kept saying like, why are you angry, why are you angry, and it's like I'm not angry, but you know what, I'm getting angry over you constantly assuming I'm angry, you piece of shit.
Why I am angry now.
Yeah, it's kind of like stop it. Yeah, you know what, I wish I had the poetic intention of my words as much as how do you say his name?
Shane Kozan?
Yeah, Kozan. That's the part I wanted to say.
I don't know. It's Koyzan.
Koizan?
ZAN.
We need someone to pronounce it for us. I don't know. Either way, we talked literally for half an hour longer than I intended. But that's okay, because we went into a great subject. Someone who is clearly invading my life again. That's fine, in a good way. A good invasion, you know?
Yes.
The invasion, you know what, liberating my life. That's the phrase I should use, not invading. Invading would imply that there's a negative connotation to it, right? Liberating my life. I don't know. That doesn't exactly invoke good history either. I guess I should just avoid that vocabulary. But yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have fun listening back to this one. Anyways, let's watch Hell of a Boss. Alright guys, till next time. Bye.